I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
We just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Lobito! You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Here, welcome everybody to NBD Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. Yeah, it's your good friend, Mr. BDA, flying solo for the moment. No, sorry, what do you mean flying solo for the moment? I'm here with Bucho's here, Gonzalo's here, Recognize is here, Jimmy, could you please mute your mic, man? I got some feedback from your end, please, yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, Felipe Percha, Lion Bar, Thomas Tovar, Ozymandias, the Straight G Tour, Official Scorecard Boxing, shout out to Official, Christopher Roman, Andre Shooter, Gaunt Guardian, and many more people come. Fellas, thank you for joining us. You know the drill. If you want to donate via the Super Chat, you can do so via the Super Chat. You can join the membership program and get special perks. The most important thing is that you continue to like, subscribe, and support the BDA gospel. All right, fellas, let me tell you something. I'm not big on the heavyweight division, but this year it has delivered, and we just saw a sensational back and forth affair between two good competitors. Why did I say before the fight the trilogies that the rubber match is usually a mix of the first two fights, and the pattern continued here, man. It was a mix between the two fights. Here's what we're going to do, fellas. We're going to be opening up the phone lines. So I do ask, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of people calling. So please make your comments quick. I mean, precise and concise, because we're going to have to move quickly through them and alternate between this and the panel. All right, let's get down to it. Like I said, phone lines are open. So I got Jimmy, Recognize, Gonzalo, and Bucho. Let's start with Bucho. Bucho, because your prediction was Fury 6-round knockout, but you did say he was going to get iced, meaning this time he wasn't going to get up. He was going to go down and going to get up. Sort of true what you said, Bucho. What did you make of the fight? All right, I think Bucho's MIA for the moment. I think he's setting up something. I Recognize you. You don't mute yourself first. What's your opinion of the fight? What did you think of it?
I thought it was a very entertaining fight. Actually, I called it 11th round TKO. Yo. And
yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah.
Don't throw your shoulder out, tapping yourself.
Yeah. I almost did.
Hey, all the props to you, brother. You nailed it.
I predicted Rahman Lewis type of knockdown, but it was kind of similar. It wasn't exactly that, but I told you he was going to end up on the floor, man. He was going to be like knockout, basically.
And he almost basically did. But basically,
that Brian Kenny, Mickey Ward, Arturo Gotti. Yeah, not so much.
Basically, he did. When he dropped him in that last round, I mean, basically when Fury dropped him, there were shots of exhaustion. He was exhausted after the first round, he got hurt. And I don't know if you paid attention, he started to look really tired. I mean, yeah, he had some spurts, and you could tell that he was in good condition for this fight. But I think after the first round, at the end, right, I thought Wilder won the first round. But I think at the end, if you watch, he gets hurt, and you go watch him throughout the fight. From there on out, he looked exhausted for some reason. He looked tired. I think he got hurt, and you know, when you get hurt and you know, it's against a guy you lost to, you know, I can't say exactly, but Wilder did fight through all that. I think Fury made a lot of mistakes. I think he got dropped twice in the 4th round, and maybe there was a count that looked a little weird to me, but whatever. I mean, I don't know what that was about. But Fury got back up. Fury beat the shit out of him, was really in control outside of the knockdowns, right? Maybe you could say Wilder won maybe about a good 2 to 3 rounds, something like that, you know what I'm saying? But everything else was basically Fury just beating him up, you know? Let me lower this because I don't want you to get a copy strike. Because this fucking weirdo's singing, Tyson Fury singing. Right
wait, what's he singing? What's he singing? Let's see.
I don't know. Something like, what is this? Because I lowered it.
Yeah, lower.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know.
All right. But
honestly,
you know what?
I don't even know.
Just like in the first fight, the reason why Fury got knocked down were because of mistakes he made. Not necessarily things that he was... Yeah.
Basically, the fight was dirty. Listen, Tyson Fury was dirty. Wilder was dirty.
Yeah, you'll recognize.
Hold on, Gonzalo. Gonzalo, please, let's not make that... Yeah, let's not make it one of these type of shows, Gonzalo, where you start talking over everybody. I know it's early over there for you, but let's try to stay contained here. Go ahead.
Well, I haven't said anything. He's been a chatty catty. Can I say something?
Not yet,
I got my prediction right.
All right, Gonzalo, please, man.
I got my prediction right too, also.
All right.
Yes, he did. Me and Gonzalo did pick the 11th round.
And Recognize was biting off of me. No, can Recognize. Right. He's a man. He can take it. No, he's a man. He can take it.
Congratulations, Gonzalo.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Congratulations, Rick. He's a man. He can take it, BDA.
All right. I don't know what to say to that. Jimmy, what'd you make of the fight, man?
Well, nothing. I'm not speaking over anybody.
Let Gonzalo give his piece. He's rolling up.
No, I'm holding my silence. Can I say something?
Yes, Gonzalo, let it fly, brother. It's all you.
Yeah, no, just it was a good fight. It was a valiant effort from Deontay Wilder. You know that word, valiant, BD? I know you like explicit, but you have a good vocabulary. For a Mexican, valiant. He showed a valiant effort. Deontay Wilder. For Kang Bucho, not King, Kang Bucho. He showed a valiant effort. Hey, he did Bucho. He did a good job. But, I mean, it's the boxing that did him in, because at the end of the day, you would have to say that Deontay Wilder showed a second gas tank. But the legs, for the boxing skills that Fury displayed, he was able just to edge him out in the gassing department, not so much because of the stamina, because of the boxing skills. But Deontay Wilder, his stamina, it showed up for them thin legs. It kind of like, it held them up, but it didn't hold them up enough to when the going got tough, fucking Tyson Fury, he applied them boxing skills, tit for tat. It was a close fight, man. It was a good fight, BDA.
It was a back, like I said before, it was like a mix between the first and the third, because, and again, Fury got overconfident. I can't stress it enough, because I know people are going to say, yeah, Wilder fought. Yeah, he stood there and tried to block the shots. You don't stand in front of Wilder within the first 5 rounds and try to block his shots. That's just a big bozo no-no. By the way, real quick, shout out to Andre Shooter for his contribution with the super chat. Says breaking LDBC shut down as all members died by mass suicide, Heaven's Gate style. Oh, come on, let's not talk about suicide and shit like that, man. But shout out to Andre Shooter for his contribution, and shout out to Rafael Garza too for his contribution. Don't forget, fellas. Don't forget, fellas.
But let me just clear one thing. I'm not speaking over anybody. This is the new Gons. I'm kind of letting everybody talk. I haven't even been talking.
That's what Jimmy.
Like that, or
no, because I was just saying, let's just a forewarning to everybody, because it's going to be hectic, I expect. So let's just be mindful. That's all I was saying. And I think Jimmy had a good idea of letting you speak first, because usually, like you say, you usually hold your tongue and let other people talk. So I wasn't trying to go at you, Gonzalo. By the way, shout out to Luke Peterson for his contribution with the super chat. He says, respect to Wilder, he showed heart, but Fury too good. Well, like Recognize said, it was a chest-to-chest affair. At times, it seemed like Fury was just trying to, let me get inside and wear him down. But I'm curious. Let's go round here. Recognize, what did you think when Fury got dropped?
When he got fucking dropped, I was like, the first one was a beautiful, his tactical, 1-2. I think he even pierced the guard, catches him flush, that brings him down. So then the second knockdown, Fury was obviously still hurt. I think he hit Fury. I think he hit Fury back of the back of the ear, but that's Fury coming forward, you know. So he kind of like causes that. He goes down. I thought at one point, I was wondering what the fuck the referee was doing, because look, I'm not trying to start a conspiracy, but I thought the count was a little longer, you know. But Fury was hurt, but not like done hurt. You get what I'm saying? He was hurt though. Gets back up, he survives, and he continues to do what he was doing like it didn't even matter. Like he just shake the cobwebs off and just was hitting him with the biggest shots, roughing him up on the inside, roughing Wilder up. Wilder had his mouth open from the second round on, bro. Like his mouth was just opening more and more, and basically Wilder got what he asked for. Don't stop the fight until I'm totally done. And you can see, I think in the 10th round, from all that beatings from the 5th round on, right? Pretty much Fury won every single round. He's landing the bigger shots. I think he even might have like broke his mouth or, you know, like busted his lip or whatever. He was bleeding. It was at a point where I was like, man, stop this fucking fight, bro. Like this fight needs to be stopped. It was kind of cringy in a way. Because I mean, I think like by the 9th round or even the 8th round, I was like, this is gonna end bad for Wilder. That's all I kept saying. Unless he just lands a miracle punch. But yeah, man.
I mean, you're
Fury
right.
won, and you know what's funny? I don't even feel anything.
Huh?
You know, like the second fight, yeah, I did. But this fight, really, I didn't feel anything. It was like I already knew this was gonna happen. I had a good feeling that was going to happen. But props to Wilder, because, you know, a man of his word. He wanted to go out on the shield. He fought back. He hurt Fury a lot of times because Fury was clumsy, running into punches, you know, and give props to Wilder for surviving.
They could have stopped the fight 3 rounds earlier, like you said. I mean, this was what's going to happen if they just kept going. Butcher, what did you think when Fury got dropped?
I was like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? Like, he's just standing there. He punched with a guard, basically. It was a shitty guard that Fury had, but, you know, after he survived the round, basically, I was, like, confident he was going to continue, because at that point, he was already beating up Wilder, and Wilder already looked tired, so I didn't think it was that much. But I was just listening to over here, and it's hold on, just quickly, because Fury apparently wanted to talk to Wilder after the fight, like to just talk to him, and Fury and Wilder just left. Apparently, he didn't want to talk to Fury, so that's just something interesting.
BDA, I'm sorry, but Bucho, he did a pretty decent job. No, Deontay Wilder.
I mean, he tried.
Damn, dude, he tried, BDA. He tried.
Can't ask for more.
Motherfucker tried. Did he lose fucking cool points? Or this manhood that I think he gained a little bit, actually.
Well, and Jimmy, let me turn to you with this question. Does this beating take a lot out of Wilder?
Yeah, he's done. He's done. Where's he gonna go? He's not gonna be paid any money anymore. He's not. He's done. He's still trying to retire. I mean, where's he gonna go? He's gonna fight Elenas for $2 million. I mean, you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Can I be honest about one thing? I thought Fury looked like shit. I thought he was slow. He was sloppy.
Yeah.
His defense was terrible. He should have never got fucking caught with them shots and got put down in the 4th. He did that because he was sloppy. He came in a straight line.
Can I say something? Because it's important. Because I got a good boxing mind. And while this was happening, I saw this. They both came in heavy because they were wary about each other guys' power. Fury was wary about that one snappy, quick power with a lot of like heavy hand, you know, with the snapping power and the weight behind Tyson's Fury's punches. Deontay Wilder was also worried about that. That's why they came in super heavy. That's the reason. If something is
Gonzalo, I think they came in heavy because
wrong, I think Bucho, if something's wrong in your neighborhood, but something's wrong. They were worried about each other's power. That's why they came in so heavy, Bucho. That's all.
I think they came in heavy because they were trying to overpower each other in the clinch. I think that was the point. Fury knew
That's
from
it.
the second
That's where it
fight,
was
so
a
he was
great
gonna be
fight.
bigger, and then Wilder tried to counter that, but that was a stupid move by Wilder. Actually, he
And
even got
wait,
even more tired, I think, because of the weight. And
Yeah.
by the way,
yeah,
what Wilder showed me was that he has heart, which he kind of already showed it in the second fight, where he didn't want to quit, and that's it. And he didn't show me anything new. I mean, he was jabbing to the body for one round, and that's it. And then he landed that right hand, which we all knew he already had. And by the way, this fight could have ended much earlier if you had a competent referee in there or a competent corner. You know, the fact that this went on for so long is ridiculous. Though that this fight should have been stopped earlier.
Hey, Bucho,
shouldn't
he
have
might
stopped
be
the night.
damaged. He might be damaged goods, man, because he took a dude. I'm looking at the way he went down the last time. It looks so ugly, bro.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
go watch
Okay,
it,
bro.
I think a lot of that though, the last knockdown. To be honest with you, dude, remember you guys understand when you're sucking oxygen, right? You have less red blood cells in your blood. You know that's what carries oxygen. That's why you can go down easier. I don't think it was anything. I mean, he was too wide awake after. Once he got up, he was walking fine. Nobody had to hold him. When you're really concussed, it's you could tell. Listen, he was Fury. I just can't stress it enough, man. I can't believe there were so many times. I mean, Lennox Lewis was screaming it. Even Ward was like, "What is he doing?" He was so in bad shape, Fury, that he didn't even have the energy to waste those jabs. He could have put him away around the ninth forward, going from the ninth to the until he stopped him with just jabs. Just straight hard jabs would eventually put him down. But he didn't even have the energy to do it. He would throw one combination around and he was spent. He was in the corner by the fourth round, sucking air. But Wilder was too. That extra weight on Wilder, but not building up your legs. It was everything I thought it would do. He just too much oxygen to carry. And I'm impressed with Wilder. I'll give him this. I'll give him credit for showing the heart. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Fuck him. Fuck him for all the shit he said. All right, Gonzalo, let me just finish, dude. Fuck him for all the shit he said.
Let him finish, Gonzalo. Let him finish. Let him finish. Gonzalo, let him finish.
For all the bullshit he said, for making it racial, non-stop, he pushed that fucking angle, and just all the horrible accusations he made against innocent fucking people, the character assassinations. I'm not letting the dude off the fucking hook because he fucking got knocked out.
Good
Fuck
point,
that.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just my point with him. I nothing.
Excellent point, man. That's true. You're right, man. Gonzalo, go ahead.
Yeah, not just to you, Jimmy, but to everybody. Deontay Wilder he displayed heart beyond the skills we thought he can develop or prove on the night. He did, dude. Does he get extra credit points? Well, this is a heavyweight division, and who got the title, who gets the title, moving forward, he gets all the credit and the benefit of the doubt. What do I have to say? Deontay Wilder didn't get knocked out because of the thudding power. He got knocked out because of the weight, the leaning on the body. And I would have to say that the bench pressing wasn't something that like the Beebs I think it was not practical. It was practical. He dealt with that pretty good by keeping Deontay Wilder at bay for as long as he could, because the night would have ended it up early. Like BDA or Butcher were saying, around the fifth round. It wouldn't 11. I got my prediction right. But he did that by being a little bit stronger. And he even dropped fucking Fury 2 times. So the whole bashing, Jesus Christ, Jimmy, the whole bashing thing, I just can't see that. Maybe because I'm in the Philippines. I'm not following the whole narrative.
Yeah,
I just gotta give the American some credit. And then
I can give him credit for his performance, but he got what he deserved.
But he did good. He did good.
Yeah, listen, I expect him to do good. Listen, he's a professional fighter in great shape. He has great power. I think he's the physical beast in terms of being a guy who's just a great athlete. But his mouth, like Jimmy said, he said a lot of bad things about a lot of people. And hold on, man.
Yeah, hold on.
And he wanted that. He wanted the fight not to be stopped. So you could say it's in a good way or in a bad way.
You're the boogeyman, right?
But hold on, Gonzalo, please.
Gonzalo, you gotta let me finish, man.
But after Recognize goes, I have to read a couple of super chats and take some phone calls because they're piling up. But go ahead, Recognize.
All I'm saying is good way or bad way, whichever way you want to look at it. He got what he deserves, if you understand what that means.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to let Gonzalo respond later. We're going to get back to this, but real quick, I got to, because I'm falling behind here. Shout out to Marky Dan123 for his contribution. He says, it's a lot of trolls speaking on Wilder, but he came in and showed championship class. Fight of the year, No discussion. All right, Marky, then thank you for your contribution, man. Shout out to Luke Peterson for his contribution. Says Wilder is taking ages getting off the stool. Well, apparently he did get up now, so thankfully he's okay. Shout out to Luke Peterson for his contribution. Real quick. Bucho, you there?
Yeah.
No, Bucho.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you read the super chat after Luke Peterson? Because I can't, for some reason, this shit's...
After Luke Peterson...
Where he talks about...
We have OG Boogie. Did you read OG Boogie?
No, not yet.
No.
I got it. Hold on. G Boogie says, I wonder if that guy that called in 2 days ago is going to call in again now and say Wakanda forever. Fury should have came in at 260, 265. Could have knocked him out earlier, 9th round. Okay, thank you, OG Boogie. Chris K says, agree with Jimmy. Fury looked worse. Punches were sloppy, and he walked into shots from Wilder. I can Usyk finesse his way to a unanimous. I think he says I can see Usyk finessing his way into a unanimous decision over Tyson Fury. And then I have Andre Shooter. Thank you for your contribution. He says tactical loss by Deontay Wilder. Now he'll be able to compete in the Paralympics.
Nah, come on.
Greatest boxing champ. All right. And then we have Gons. I think this is Not. Thank you for your contribution. Not says Wilder is a dog and showed big heart. And then Michael Poe, thank you for your contribution. He says, I feel Fury going down was a pity fall down. Fury wasn't hurt, in my opinion, I think, but glad there's hard KO finish by Fury. All right, thank you, Michael.
By the way, yeah, I think Fury was hurt, man. That he was definitely hurt. All right, let's go to the phone calls real quick here. And by the way, if people in the phone lines, we're going to get to you to make a statement. Try to do it as concisely as possible because we do have plenty of phone calls, so... Make your statement.
Don't forget about me, BDA, when you were done.
I will never forget about you, Gonzalo. All right, let's go to 956. 956, you're on the air. 956, what's on your mind?
What's going on, boys? Calling from the home of Orlando and Gabby, County Solace. I'm glad. I love your show. BDA, are you an Opie and Anthony guy? Because I heard you throwing the wall in the spaghetti reference. So just throwing it out there.
Yeah, good catch, man.
Yeah, but hey, man, I'm glad you guys called out this shit ref. I mean, he was horrible. I mean, I don't understand why he was only pushing off Fury like to tire him out. I don't understand that. What was he doing? Trying to the whole fight he just did that. Just pushed off Fury, pierced off Fury. I don't understand it, but another thing is I don't know why you call out a Haitian. He sounds like he's like his parents don't make him make phone calls because he talks like this. Like I don't know, what's he doing with that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But boys, I'm a big fan of your show. Through COVID and all that stuff, I listened to you guys and you kept me going. I appreciate it. Great fight. Love your show and I'm glad Fury pulled it out because I really think that they were trying to set up the fucking rig with this ref, which was dog shit, pushing them the whole fight.
Yeah, slapping them too.
But,
yeah, slapping them behind.
Boys, I love your show. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. Call back next time, man. Take it easy. All right, yeah, we do have to move forward with these calls here. Let's go to 760. Hold on a second. 760, hello? You're on the air. 760. 760, you're on the air. What's on your mind?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I just want to take this moment to thank God that he allowed me to see Wilder knocked out fucking cold. Oh. That pussy deserved every second of that beating he took. That being said, Fury was way too fucking heavy. Way too heavy. He needs to lose like 10 pounds. But that was satisfying. Watching him go cold right there, Dan. God is great.
You're saying it was worth the pay-per-view price, right?
That version of Wilder would stand a good chance against AJ. If he had trained, if he had gotten that fight instead of, ducking it, and he had trained like that, he would have stood a good chance. But now that's never going to happen, and it's his fault.
That's a good point, man. Yeah, that's true. It might never happen, man. All right, thank you for your call, 760. Thank you, and we're going to be moving on. Have a good night.
All right.
Yeah, that was worth the price of admission, man.
I love the show. Thank you.
Thank you, man. How come this shit ain't work? Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that
was...
By
the way, Luis Ortiz, thank you for your contribution. He says long count, Fury was done. So he's claiming there was a long count. And then Get These Hands, thank you for your contribution. He says, don't mind me, I'm just wearing my garden Will LDBC tears? Wait, what?
Oh,
I don't
He's
mind.
watering his garden.
He's
Yeah, he's
watering
watering his
his
garden with
Shit.
the tears.
Okay.
Butcher went to the Floyd Mayweather school reading. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm fucking tired, man.
Yeah, so, yeah. Thank
But
you.
can I address that fucking ring, the count thing? I gotta explain how people how that goes. When the minute someone goes down, you're supposed to have someone near the time clock start the count. The timekeeper, and usually someone on the other side, they'll put their hand up and they'll do the count. And when if the ref is telling Wilder to go to his corner, he's supposed to turn and pick it up. It doesn't matter though. Listen, Wilder, Fury was never out cold. You know what I mean? So it wasn't. He was conscious of the count, so he was responding to that. So even if he did wait 2 seconds to pick up the count, Fury still was going to stand up. So if people are going to run with that bullshit saying, oh, it was only because he got a long count, that's a crock of shit.
Yeah, I was a little confused about it, but I think that's exactly what happened. Yep, what you just said, Jimmy. That,
All right.
you know, he's got to control where Wilder is at exactly. He got to go to the neutral corner.
Yeah, that's you got to get to the neutral corner. You can't stand there and dance around. All right, because then you get the Libretta Andrade thing. Well, actually, he was in the corner. Let's go to 818. You're on the air. 818. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, man? I just want to say that was an amazing fight, man. That lived up beyond my expectations, man. That it was fucking crazy. Wilder got knocked down and was able to hurt Fury in the last couple of seconds. That was amazing, bro. You know what, man? I kind of coming into this fight, I kind of dislike Wilder, but after that performance, I feel like a little. All right, man, this guy got hard. You know, all the excuses are inexcusable, but you know he showed he's a dog, man. That's what's up, you know.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point. All right, listen, 818. Thank you for your call. Call back next time, all right, man? Take it
All right,
easy.
thank you, guys.
Thank you. And by the way, we're going to be having another show tomorrow. So if you want to call in and maybe hopefully things slow down by tomorrow, so maybe we can dialogue more a little longer. So let's go to another phone
Hey,
call.
BDA.
Yes, Gonzalo. Hold on. 612. You're on the air. 612. What's on your mind?
Congratulations to the Gypsy Clown for his victory, and he clearly didn't take this fight very seriously. He was not at all fit, and it was a good fight, but there was just too much wrestling and going on in the fight. And I hope the LDBC don't start this long count theory excuse now from Monday onwards, and yeah. Anyway, props to Wilder.
All right. You kind of cut out. You want to? Yeah, he cut off there at the end there. Shit. All right.
Let's move on.
All right. Let's go to 83. Hold on a second. Slowing down there. Okay, 832. You're on the air. 832. What's on your mind?
Oh, that's me?
Yes, indeed, sir.
Better
Go
hear me?
ahead. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Alright, bro. That fight was a classic, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Wilder, right. Honestly, it's kind of like I said. This is a Trey G Turo. It's kind of like he was working on the body shots. You know, that kind of surprised me. That took me by surprise looking at him land body shots and even a left hook. Like you don't really see Wilder throwing like left hooks and stuff. And he looked more prepared. He looked more prepared. He looked more prepared footwork wise, alertness wise. But at the end of the day, you know, Fury is just way more used to actually boxing. So yeah, I mean, it was a great fight. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's true. It was a fantastic fight. The rubber match tends to live up to the hype, man. All right, thank you for your call. We'll catch you on the next one. All right, man? Take it easy. Have a good night.
Yeah. Peace.
Take it easy, Straight G. All right, Gazzello, let me take one more call, and then I'll go back to you, and then I'll go back to the calls, all right? Because I got a lot going on here, Gonzalo. You got to give me
Go continue, BDA. Continue with the calls.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going. Just when I get mine, let me just say something. But anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. 205, you're on the air. 205, you're on the air, man. 205, you're on the air. Hello. How you doing, man? Bro? Go ahead, man. Oh, Uncle Charles, go ahead, please.
What's up, y'all? Now you see here, BDA, because I know you got a lot of calls. Remember when I called on y'all show, and I told you I was on another show called The Barbershop, and they was calling me cool, Uncle Sam, Uncle Tom, all that. I was hearing it. But I kept and I stayed with who I picked with. I told you I said it ain't about race. It's about two heavyweight gladiators that's at the top of their game. The thing is that Deontay Wilder only got one thing going, and that's that right hand. What comes with that? Jabbing, moving backwards, learning how to take punches, that everything. Just like the great Roger Mayweather said, you don't know about boxing. Now, everybody that called me a coon, that called me Uncle Sam and called me all those names, who the coon now? Who is it now? Now, when I see your ass out there on that bus stop Monday morning with them token chicken in your hand and it's shaking like somebody don't pass your ass and scared you, get your ass up on that bus and ride, because you ain't got no money, because you put it on the wrong man. I told you, when your chickens leave your barnyard, be prepared for your chickens to roost and come back to your barnyard. And BDA, I'm glad you gave me a platform to come on here. I got my damn retribution tonight.
You
and
sure
I want to
did.
say, man, thank you for letting me come on. I appreciate you, bro. And y'all, while you sleeping tonight, Deontay Wilder fans, stay ball squad before you go to bed. Yeah, for me. And I thought say, bro.
All right, Uncle Charles, thank you for your call, man. You woke me up, man. That's for sure. Thank you for your call, Uncle Charles. We'll catch you in the next one, man. Hey, he got the prediction right too, by the way. He said Fury by stoppage. I mean, that was most people went for that. All right, everybody on in the phone lines, give me 2 seconds here. I want to get back to the panel. I know Gonzalo's been itching to say something. Gonzalo, go ahead, please. You want to continue on about the, I think about Wilder's heart, right?
No. Let me close about my ability to pick a fight right. I got it in the 11th round, nobody.
Absolutely, you sure did.
But that's because Wilder displayed his heart, not mine. I'm not the motherfucker showing up on the ring. He's the one on the rubber mats. Who said to be a rubber match? It's got to be something different. As precise. Says something for it to be a rubber match has to be something else. No, tit for tat, 1-1-1. But this was like a draw, and Tyson Fury won the second fight. But this third fight, fucking Fury fucking put the nail in the coffin in the 11th round. Hey, Wilder did show up. Does that give him excuses for whatever he talked about, for that to be like brushed under the rug? They probably will. Based on his performance, it was valiant enough for everybody will forget about all the shit that he was talking. BDA, I didn't watch the post-fight. Did he give credit to Fury? He just walked out, right?
That's what Butcher said. Yeah, I didn't see it either. But...
Just walked out to the say
BDA,
nothing.
one more last thing. I'm not here nor there. I'm a Mexican American, but I'm American, but I don't live in the United States. I live in the Philippines. Does that leave a blemish on the fucking gold good US of A? I don't know. You tell me, Jimmy.
We need you back.
No, man. Well, I'm a patriot, but BDA, did he avail himself? Is it all good, or fucking Fury's a douchebag?
Twitter's crucifying him. I can just say that. They're not showing too much forgiveness. But again, it's not so much him as much as fans. They wrote a lot of checks, man. A lot. And Bucho can attest to that. He's on Twitter, too.
He's a piece of shit. I mean, he talked about wanting to kill somebody, you know what I mean? So, forget about him being American or not. He can be whatever, like from whatever. Like, just look at his behavior. That's what counts. I didn't like his behavior. Jimmy and other people didn't like his behavior. And his fans, a lot of his hardcore fans were trash. And I just hope now, this time, they don't come up with excuses.
Yeah, that's one thing, Gonzalo. One thing I will say, Wilder showed heart, but I have to side with Jimmy and recognize it does not absolve him fully. It went a long way to maybe establishing his character, but making excuses is okay. That's what fighters do. I expect it. But the amount of excuses and the amount of vitriol he stirred up with his racist fans, it was just... It was disgusting. All right, let's go back here to a couple of phone calls here. Let's go to 773. You're on the air. 773. What's on your mind?
Let's see. What do I get to say? I'm on the spot. Prime time action right after a fight. King of the calls. Let's go. Tyson Fury. It's a classic sprinter versus marathon runner. You got Deontay Wilder, those fast twitch muscle fibers, against the marathon runner, and that's what it played out. Wilder gassed after about 4 or 5 rounds, and it took Fury another 5-6 rounds to get him out of there because he kept smothering his punches. He was ready to go. Wilder was ready to go. He was ready to get out of there. He was standing straight up against the ropes, and this dude took an extra 5 or 6 rounds to get him out of there. Throwing these sloppy little hooking shots. Like, this dude was dead gassed. He was dead gassed. He was barely able to stay on his feet, and he won another 5 rounds. Just people saying, what a great fight. That was sloppy. What a sloppy fight. Usyk's going to tune this big goofy bastard up. This big goofy, dumbling bastard up. Gypsy King.
All right.
It was just ridiculous. I mean, how do you let that dude stick around when he can barely stand up for 5, 6 rounds? He kept trying to throw this right hand, and he'd lunge in and clinch him. Line up a shot. Get him out of there till around 11. Terrible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I will say this, though.
Yeah.
I will say this. At least we can put this shit behind us, because we got to move on. Fury should have been fighting other heavyweights, other top heavyweights, because he's already displayed he's the better boxer. Wilder's got one punch in his repertoire. So hopefully all the delusional fanboys will put it to rest and realize Wilder is outclassed every way, shape, or form.
Yeah, hopefully
and
this is...
versus Fury will be blockbuster. I can see other people trying to say, well, Joshua versus Wilder, they can still make that fight. Like, who gives a shit? They both lost. If people are trying to hype that up after they just lost, that don't make any sense. Like, why don't you hype up the unification bout against the 2 best fighters? And Andre Ward, try not to be salty, biased prick. Call it down the middle, you biased prick.
All right.
You guys saw that.
Kevin,
I know you guys saw that.
I didn't see it, though. I didn't see it, so we're going to...
I missed that. What happened? But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, Kevin.
I still got Fury and Wilder 1 and 2. I still got Fury and Wilder 1 and 2.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's a... yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Kevin, we got to move on. Thank you for your call. Call back next time, right, man? We're going to be doing a show tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'll be in. I'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Fantastic. Take it easy, man. Butcher, there's a super chat you said. Andres Shooter. Shout out to Andres Shooter for his contribution. He says, let's be honest. Usyk eats both these guys up. Ooh, I don't know about that, but let's get to another phone call here real quick. Come on. 470, you're on the air. 470. Please go ahead.
What's up, guys? Great fight. I called round 7 or 8, but it was round 11. It was a good fight. I think some of you guys are being a little bit harsh on Wilder. I know Wilder's been talking a lot of shit past couple of years, but that dude showed a lot of heart tonight. A lot of heart, and I don't agree with talking about it like it's a regular thing. This guy went above and beyond what I normally see in fights, including that fight in the UK a couple weeks ago. So respect to Tyson Fury. I think he's number one. Obviously, he's number 1 in the world right now. But it by no means is Wilder's career over. I still feel like based on what happened tonight and the way he fought, a lot of people are going to want to see him come back. And there's other heavyweights he can mix it up with. So, like I said, it was a great fight. And Wilder, hopefully he can change up his behavior. But I still got to give him. I always respect guys who go into the ring and let their nuts hang like true warriors. So I gotta respect the effort that Deontay Wilder put in the ring.
All right, sensible point right there. I can agree with that. All right, thank you for your call. Call back next time, right? Take it easy.
All right,
yeah, BD.
All right,
BDA. Can I say something after the next call or whatever's going on your live? Can I say something?
Go ahead now. You can go ahead now.
Yeah, King Butcher, are you listening? This is the problem I have with Deontay Wilder. He showed a valiant effort, but if he would have fucking won, he would have buried fucking Tyson Fury with negative comments. They're not deemed necessary, or they would have been uncalled for. And that's the problem. If he would have fucking won, he would have made it about something that was not. Right, BDA?
That's true.
Expound upon that. Expound upon that.
He had to lose. He had to lose.
If he would have won, he would have made it about something else, right, Bucho?
Yeah, of course, man. Listen, even after this fight, look at his behavior. He didn't even want to shake hands with Fury. He just left.
Well, maybe they rushed him out. Maybe they rushed him out to the ambulance. Is that possible?
Yeah, Bucho, it was meant to fucking happen. If he would have fucking won, he would have made it for the fucking wrong reasons. At some point in time, around the 9th, 10th, I was like, "What? Yes, the American Pride. I called the 11th round fucking TKO for Tyson Fury. I called the 11th round. So props to me. I'm glad that happened.
Don't forget me.
In a
Don't
small
forget
way.
me. Don't forget me,
But
Gonzalo.
but a record in a small way. But in the grand scheme of things, okay. If Wilder would have won fairly, credit to him. He's a man also like you. But what I'm saying, if he would have won, he would have said the wrong things for the wrong reasons, and he would not have been a man for that. I know. I know that
Exactly.
for a fact.
Exactly,
That's all I have to
Gonzalo.
say.
Shout out to Get
You're the man,
These.
Gonzalo.
Shout out to Get These Hands for his contribution to Super Chat. Says, I hear the LDBC is going to storm the Senate. Ah, come on. What are these comments today, man? Shout out to Josh Nelson for his contribution to the Super Chat. Says, Wilder got my respect after tonight. I want to see him fight Ruiz, Dubois, White, or Joshua. And if he loses to Usyk, which he will.
The greatest comment I ever heard.
Azeban says, jeez, Luis. Azeban says, shout out to you guys know your boxing. I enjoy listening to your channel. Well, shout out to Azeban, man. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you, brother.
I wanted to. Jeez, I don't know. Wilder, Reckon is going nuts.
Yo, salute to whoever said that shit. That was too funny.
Yeah, that was Josh. No, who was it?
I don't know. I think it was Get These Hands or
Get
something
These
like
Hands,
that.
yeah.
Get these.
Why did the comment disappear? What the fuck? I wanted to say that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Paper Tiger. Shout out to Paper Tiger. Shout out for his contributions. Why does he have to lose? It's not like he wouldn't have lost in the future anyway. No, I think what they're saying, what these guys are saying, is that he should have. That if he would have won, the likelihood is that his fans would have made it about something else, justice and blah blah blah. By the way, Tate Jones.
Of course.
Of course, BDA. Of course. Expound upon that, BDA.
Well, no, I'm just repeating what you guys. I was just repeating what you guys said. Tate Jones is
And then they would have also would have said it was proof that he cheated in the first. I mean, it would have been horrible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like my Filipino wife tells me all the time. Of course.
I mean, look, listen. It was a good fight, but I wanted to go back to what Jimmy said about Fury being sloppy. I think that extra weight was unnecessary. He should have. I know we're sort of being Monday morning quarterbacks over here, but I think in hindsight he should have come in at mid 260s, 270 like the last time, but 277 or whatever he came at.
You had a blob.
Seriously,
you look like a fucking blob in there, bro.
He didn't start feigning until the fucking fifth round. He didn't start really using them. You know what I mean? Granted, that first round, definitely Wilder coming out to the strong jabs to the midsection, he had to adjust to it. He wasn't expecting that. But then Wilder gave up on it right away. So he really didn't have to make an adjustment.
But guys, as I was telling Mr. BD, and I made a comment about it, but let it sink in. When the fights happened, it got me shivers going down through my body. They came in heavy because they were fearing each other's guys' punching power. In the second fight, that's why. A lot of people, why did they come in so heavy? Well, like this and like that, and like this and like that, and fucking all this and all this bullshit. No, the reason they come because they were fearing each punching power. Can you figure it out as the fight is happening? The reason why you can, no, I can, you guys can, because they punch heavy. They want to come in heavy to be able to deal with the other guys' punching power, right?
I mean, do they have anybody in the camp who would have said, yeah, but when you come in heavy, that's going to be more fucking energy? And another mistake Wilder made was throwing those. Everything was a bomb. Every right hand. So when he's not accurate with it, like Ward touched on it, but I understand that. But you got to be selective with it. You just can't wing it because every time when you miss, when you miss a fucking big hand, it's like it takes so much energy out of you. It's crazy. It's such a big difference from connecting.
You have to be selective, Jimmy, and it's a game of inches, and it's tit for tat, but it's also like strategy. Yeah, you have to be selective with that. But it's give and take, and the body. The most I took out of this, in hindsight, is the body weight that Tyson Fury laid upon Deontay Wilder, and he dealt with that good, but still. That gave him in the latter part of the 11th round. That's why. Not the punching power, because Tyson Fury's punching power did not overwhelm Deontay Wilder in the first 5 rounds like most of you guys thought. It overwhelmed him in the 11, 12 rounds and the latter third quarter of the fight. Because to be exact, to be perfect does not mean nothing. Oh yeah, I'm Gonzalo and I got the prediction. This does not mean shit. The fact of the matter that Deontay Wilder was able to hold off or to stave off Tyson Fury's punching power or his weight, but still that wasn't going to be enough when Tyson Fury turned over his punches and he caught him clearly and concisely, where he buckled his fucking legs. Because I do
Gonzalo, how many times Gonzalo?
I do believe that Wilder had a second tank, and he showed that he was landing hard shots on the counter on the 8th and 9th round, but that was not good enough. They came here to win. That's why it was a great fight. Wilder came in to win, but it was not good enough. Understand?
Yeah. It's not enough. That's the thing. This is the best Wilder could have done or will ever be able to do. Like land that right hand, and go like a few rounds with Fury. Like that's it, man. Like he didn't really do that much. People are saying it was a close fight. I mean, because of the knockdown, I guess. It wasn't a close fight. What are you talking about?
When Fury got his defense together, I noticed early in the round, anytime he hurt Wilder, anytime he touched Wilder, he hurt him. Like as soon as he started just moving forward and busting his jab, he was beating Wilder's ass, easily backing him up.
Yeah. And was this fight close in the cards? On the cards? No, it wasn't. So how can you call this a close fight, though? There weren't any rounds that you could have gone either way. Most of the rounds that Fury won, he clearly won. They weren't controversial, and I mean not controversial. They weren't disputable. So yeah, it wasn't a close fight.
Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, fellas. Really helps us out. Hit the like.
I honestly hate both of them, but I'm so happy that Wilder got knocked the fuck out. I mean, just seeing him hit the floor like that, it almost brought a tear to my eye of joy.
I mean, I can agree. Look, listen. I usually don't care. I usually don't care about fans. I won't root for a guy or against a guy because of his fans. But the Wilder fans, they made it really hard this last 5 years.
And I honestly, when Fury did that unbelievably gay ring walk with that homo who had the body hair, like I literally almost threw up.
Yeah.
Watching that skinny hair white guy wiggle his belly and rub on his stomach.
A friend of mine thought that was Fury, because in the beginning you just saw him up close.
I thought it was him too.
That was disturbed.
That's so gay. Like my problem with Tyson Fury is I feel like he just goes out of his way just to be disgusting.
Yeah.
And I hate him so much. With Wilder, I know that
fat, man.
Yeah, like with Wilder, I know that's just kind of how he was raised. Like he's just a typical hood rat moron.
Oh, come on.
But I feel like even though like Fury is a dirty gypsy, he still tries to go out of his way to just disgust the people around him with his obesity and his bad habits.
But going back to
he looked like a blob. Then the ring walk, he was disgusting.
You saw he didn't want to take his shirt off at the weigh-in.
Exactly, yeah. And you could see
man, fuck out of here.
I posted something for you.
That was the Undertaker hat. I noticed that. I was gonna say it on the chat to get cool points. That was the Undertaker hat, though.
Yeah, but the Trojan thing. Yeah, no. Listen, man. Honestly, I'm with my man there with that dude with the black fingernails doing a body roll. I'm like, what the fuck? I got an innie.
Somebody would have pulled a gun and shot that guy.
Oh,
dude,
come on.
That was brother. Hey, fucking reverse. That was twisted. I was like, really?
No.
And it didn't even. Okay, why? Listen, they had women dances in ancient Egypt.
They just chose to make a dude do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why did they choose a guy, man? Like, I mean, what the fuck?
And he's making eyes at the camera and shit.
I know,
fuck, dude. I like to shoot myself. I'm never unsee that.
I think it started below his waist, and then the camera moved up, and I saw stomach hair. And
I just posted it.
What is this shit?
I just put the first 4 seconds, and it shows what he started right up his stomach. First, I'm like, wow, this bitch got a hairy gut. And all of a sudden, he comes up with some dude with a beard. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And then it had a full beard.
It was comfortable.
And then he was sucking on the horn.
And then he came out and he put that gay Jesus hat on.
And then he was sucking on it. He was, and then he was.
And that fucking costume looked like it cost $17. I mean, who's the fucking cheesy ass fucking thing you got at the store?
Jimmy, can you hear me? BDA.
Yes, I can hear you.
BDA. Oh, thank you. Hey, BDA, can I remind you of something?
Oh, you're welcome.
No, I'm not talking to BDA.
Oh, he's not talking to you, reckon. He's talking to me. Go ahead, Gonzalo. What's going on?
That's like Sir Medina. That's like Sir Medina back in the. Remember I told you? BDA, Jimmy.
Yes.
Hey, this is why a boxer favors a puncher usually. Perfect example, no right, BDA?
Hey, Mr. BDA.
Go ahead,
When the boxer puncher beats the fucking puncher, this is the most perfect example of why.
Why?
Right? Well, no, because he can. You tell me, because he can box a little bit more, and boxing a little bit more when it comes to like when the going gets tough, the boxing is always going to prevail. It's a game of inches.
Yeah, but let's be honest to who he's doing it against. I mean, I can't. No, listen, check this out, Gonzalo. Think about it. For the last 2 fights, he was doing that silly jumping 1-2, like the left right behind. It's like, how does he keep fucking falling for that? It just doesn't. You know why, dude? What's the?
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Yeah, I got all boxing dirt on you guys. I thought they were gonna follow my lead. I got all boxing dirt.
Super chats. I see. Super chats. I see. Bam. Thank you for contribution. He says, "You guys know boxing." I already read that one. There's another one here. Gobdara says, "Where has this podcast been all my life?" Good question. In hell.
No, wait a minute.
That's the perfect answer.
John Gonzalez, thank you for contribution. He says, very BDA-ish ring walk entrance by Fury.
Oh,
yeah, it was
come on. No, wait a minute. No.
Oh my god.
BDA style.
See, what
Did you see Wilder? Wilder looked like an African king on a budget.
No, come on.
No.
Like he can only afford so much of his outfit.
Reverse.
Halloween
Shut up. Reverse. He got knocked out in the 11th round, but at the same time, it's a game of inches to where BDA can win. Or Jimmy, the point I was trying to make. Sometimes the boxer is better than the puncher, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But you know what's fucked up though? You know what's really fucked up though? I was watching, and I remember, and I'm sitting there, I'm going, Jimmy, stop being a boxing snob. Who gives a shit? You were lucky to see some good play. But like rule 1, man, in boxing, you never lean back at the waist. You never do that.
Oh, he's always on that. It's terrible.
He kept
right, Bucho? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, dude. You dip to the side. That's a reactionary thing.
Jimmy, what pissed me off is when he did that. What Fury should have done is thrown a straight 1-2, and he kept throwing it like an overhand or a hook.
Yeah,
that's what he's always
him
done.
To miss it. Like he did this shit where he keeps slapping his right. Like, dude, stop fucking slapping you.
Yeah, Fury was fucking sloppy, bro. He was sloppy. I thought he was. And then when he got him hurt, he jumped in when he literally came right into that right hand, and he kind of squinted his eyes, and he come charging in with a little bit of a bend. Wilder just had a fucking rear back and throw, and he literally walked right into it. He's lucky to come back from that. But
Jimmy, my brother. But when Wilder was shooting to the body, I thought to myself, this is a fucking absurd plan. But at the same time, I thought, if I'm a 5'7" Mexican fighting a 5'9" Mexican, but these guys are 6'7" and 6'9", oh, okay, it's pretty, because he did a good job for the first 8-9 rounds where Wilder was punching to the body, not necessarily dipping, punching to where he kept the rounds close. Wilder did a good job. I'm not saying that I'm not going to excuse his fucking bullshit or his BS, BDA. I'm not going to excuse his BS. Fucking dig him to the fucking ground with the Undertaker had that fucking Tyson Fury was waiting. Yeah, bury his ass. But he kind of did a little better than I thought he would. Right?
I mean, look, listen, here's the thing. When I'm adamant about this. When Fury got dropped is because he thought, I got him, I'm just going to walk him down, and he was trying to block the shots with the top of his head. You don't do that against Wilder because whether he hits you in the temple or on the chin or on the side of the nose or whatever, he's going to wobble you or drop you. And you could tell, man, the way Fury fell, all 270 pounds, and boom, he hit the fucking canvas, and he took energy to get up.
And BDA, you have to remember, Tyson Fury doesn't have a chin either. So for him to try to think he can walk through anybody's power is ridiculous.
Exactly.
Well, that's what they used to. That's what they used to say about Juan Manuel Marquez, but the motherfucker never got knocked out, right, BD? Motherfucker never got knocked out, or Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali never got knocked out, but
And
he always hit the canvas.
I just wanted to say that even though I'm so happy that I got to see Wilder get his ass beat and knocked out, the count for Fury was pretty long, though. If I'm honest,
true, yeah.
like it was a pretty long count.
But
I thought so too.
But Jimmy,
I went back and it was 12 seconds. So what happened is the ref picked up his own count. When he turned to put Wilder back to the corner, you stop. So he should have just. You don't keep counting. You just turn and you look to where the fucking. Then you pick it up. He didn't. He seemed to like stop, go to your corner, and then turn and just pick up the count where he left off.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of picking it up from the ringside. And I think it added like 2 seconds. But even at that point, Fury was looking at him. You know what I mean? He was definitely winged. He went down, but it wasn't like he was
Counting a little bit long. I think he was holding his numbers a little bit longer than he probably should have.
By the way, King Butcher's got the.
I don't know about that. I have to check. You could be right.
King Butchers.
He was like one.
Please look at King Butcher's profile pic.
Yeah, what the fuck, Butcher? Come on, man.
Well, where is it, man? It's still the old one. That's all I see.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Maybe it hasn't changed for you guys, but
yeah, I see it. Unfortunately,
It's
man.
be good.
Oh, that was disturbing.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
Real quick,
look, I was confused with that count. I was like, what the fuck is the ref? What's going on? I mean, Fury didn't look out. I'm not saying Fury looked out, but it looked like Fury took advantage of that. He said, fuck that, I'm gonna sit here for a little while. You know.
Well, I think because you remember last time the ref was on Wilder's side. I think this time he was a little bit on Fury's side.
Could have been.
Maybe. Yeah. It was just an all-around annoying refereeing job. And I want to get back to that, but before we do that, shout out to Nicholas Argyros for his contribution to Super Chat. He says, big up to Wilder's chin and heart, and I'm a Fury fan. Well, yeah, you gotta. I mean, he
did have heart, though. And I'm glad that nobody stopped the fight early. Because he said he wanted to just let them. He said he wanted his corner, and for everybody involved, just let him get knocked the fuck out, and that's what they let happen.
Yes, because reversely, they would have come exactly because if the referee would have stopped it earlier, which he should have, there would have been a bunch of excuses from Wilder fans. You know, like, oh, the referee shouldn't have stopped it.
He would have used that to demand a fourth fight. So I'm glad that nobody stopped it. If the guy wants to die, just let him die. Let him.
And if I have to be fair, in that 10th round, he gave Wilder a lot of chances to recover. Go look at that. He's like, you okay? Walk to me. Then he held him for a little bit.
Recognize. Like, look at the doctor. Why was the doctor inside in the ring?
I gotta go to a phone.
Oh yeah.
Why was the doctor there?
He wanted to stop it. He wanted to stop the fight.
No, but the doctor should he shouldn't be like. First of all, the doctor checks up on the fighter during the round, in between rounds. He doesn't he waited for the in between rounds to end, and then he not only operates over the top, but he goes inside the ring to waste some time.
Yeah.
It was weird. He's supposed to operate over the top rope anyway.
Yeah, that was strange. That's unusual for him to do that. That's why you have between the rounds. That's when the doctor's supposed to look at you. And if he's still doing tests, he can tell a timekeeper, I mean, what they know then. But just to come follow him in like that was odd.
There was a lot of fuck ups in that fight. There was a lot of hitting behind the head on both sides. I mean, you can say that the fighters caused it themselves, but still the referee should be like, hey, keep that shit clean. No hitting back.
And Wilder was doing it just as much. Wilder would grab Fury by the back of the head too. Yeah, they were doing it both back and forth.
Second knockdown might have been in back of the ear.
I think the second knockdown was a rabbit punch.
Yeah, it looked like a rabbit punch.
Listen, recognize how I would describe that fight, honestly, because there was so much emotion. Like everybody, we're riding off emotion because obviously all the shit that's been said. So every punch you're squinting, but now you take emotion out of it. When you go back and watch that fight, you're gonna say damn, that was a fucking sloppy ass fight. With Fury's talent, the way he would continuously crowd himself, and the reason why he was doing that, he was sucking air. He didn't have the energy to step back his big 6'9" ass and start. Because if he just kept running the end of a jab, he could have stopped that fight in the 7th or 8th round. Let's be honest.
No, Jimmy, it's give or take. I just popped up and I popped in, but it's give or take because the canvas is a little slippery. If you watch the fight prior, motherfuckers are fucking sliding on the canvas. But if you watch the second fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and the way Wilder fell to the fucking canvas after that fucking shot to the body because the weight that was applied to Deontay Wilder, I don't know if you're talking about Wilder or Fury, but it's the same thing. It's the weight, and that's the way they prepared to fight each other on the slippery canvas.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're gonna take a phone call. All right, guys, we're gonna take a phone call. So, Mr. BDA.
Let's go to they fell apart, the phone lines. 447, you're on the air. 447, what's on your mind?
Hey, my friend, how you doing? You guys okay?
Oh, Kenshiro. Yes, go ahead, man, please.
Adelante, amigo.
Hey, guys. Sorry, how you guys doing? Yeah, I've just finished night shift. I was watching the fight just before I came home. Yeah, what a fight. Definitely more exciting from both points of view, both parties for the third fight. I'm glad Fury sort of hung in the third round. I think they said it's the first time he's been knocked down twice in one round, but he's come through, and now hopefully that's the Wilder's now situation's been put to bed. Hopefully the LBDC and Wilder got no excuses no more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like it's like Kevin from Chicago said. It's gone past it. You know, it's all behind us.
Well, just to let you know, BDA, I mean to cut you off, but they're already starting with the count. That's a lot of them. A couple of good guys, a couple of maniacs like Ottman actually said he said I got to give it up. He was humbled, but a lot of them was already starting that the fight should have been stopped with that count.
Well, Jimmy and BDA, did you guys notice they were already trying to start Glovegate number 42 at the press conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tay Jones with the fucking horsehair gloves, but they're hermetically sealed. So they horsehair, then they sucked all the air out of them, so they're crinkled. He just didn't grasp that. I mean, why should he know? He's only a professional fighter.
That's funny. Hey, Jimmy, that's funny. You know why that's funny? Because I'm going to show you the wrinkles now that you should have watched the wrinkles the second time when you should have watched them. But since you don't watch it, I'm going to show you them now. Fucking laugh at them, but this is fucking... by the Atlantic Commission fucking established. I'm gonna show them to you in your face. Laugh at them or not, right?
Hey, but hold on. Let me just get back to Kenshiro. Kenshiro, go ahead, please, because we do have to move on.
I mean, obviously, it shows as well that Tyson Fury, he can take a shot because he stood up to Wilder's twice now, getting knocked down in two different fights where nobody else is. Everybody else got knocked down, or after one knockdown or second knockdown, they got knocked out or TK or whatever. And Fury twice now in two different fights got knocked down, twice in each fight and got back up. Proved that, he can take a shot and keep getting up and moving forward.
Kenshiro, I think his rage, his anger towards him pushed him too. Because that dude said a lot of terrible shit about him.
Jimmy's talking, man. Jimmy's talking as well.
No, he's obviously, it's important. Go, Gonzalo.
No. I just want to say, BDA, Kenshiro's talking to you.
Kenshiro, thank you for your call, man. We do have to move on, man. But call back tomorrow, right? We're going to be doing another show tomorrow.
I'll call back tomorrow.
I got a delay, BDA.
I'm going to go to bed now, so I'll catch you guys later on.
Take it easy, man. Glad you enjoyed the fight.
Take it easy, brother.
Let's go to 803. You're on the air. 803. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Minam. I called a couple days ago for the fight prediction. I picked the right guy, but the outcome was not what I envisioned at all. Probably fight of the year. Fucking crazy back and forth. I was behind Fury 110%, but I got to give it to Wilder, man. He's a lot more durable than I thought he was, and he's got heart. I said he had heart in the second fight, but good Lord, does the man have heart. He can take a beating. The ref was, if the fight wasn't as crazy and as exciting as it was, the ref would have got his 15 minutes of fame. He was doing a lot more than I thought he should have. but yeah, that's about it, man. It was a crazy fight, and Wilder can take a beating. I guess that's it.
He sure can, man. All right, listen, we got to move on, but thank you for your call. Call back next time, man.
And BDA, I can tell you why the refs do that. They get involved like that because what happens prior to the fight, the refs have to meet with both teams, all right, to lay down the rules. Right? They always do what they go over in the dressing room. That's when it's the chance for the corner to say, listen, look for this, man. Fucking grab him behind the head. Always sitting on the brakes. And they'll bitch and bitch and bitch. So certain referees, you can manipulate. But what happens, these refs go into the fight and they start looking for the shit. And they know, like, whoop, and so that's how they get themselves too involved. Good refs would say, shut up. Don't tell me how to do my job. But some guys like Mora, okay, and they capitulate to these corners.
There's a dialogue.
Bidia, can I say something? I cannot remember tit for tat, but I do watch boxing, obviously, because I'm a boxing fan. The Foreman, before he retired, he fought a guy when they dropped each other like 5 or 7 times, like back and forth. It was like the Chon Cepeda fight against freaking Baranchik. It was an exciting fight. What was that guy's the opponent name that fought Foreman? That was one of the greatest fights in the heavyweight division. Many people call it that.
Ron Lyle or
Ron Lyle. Was this? Because I got a little bit of a whiz of that. Like, is this like a little bit of like a Ron Lyle fight?
It
or
was
nothing
because
to be compared.
It was it was a little bit because the knockdowns came within occurred within the 3 rounds, the span of 3 rounds. It was
get the fuck out of here, BDA, because I thought the fucking same thing.
Right, I mean, when you
notice it?
Yeah, when you get knockdowns that close, it does make it very exciting because what you think, one guy is going down, he just got dropped, he's about to go out, and then whoops, all of a sudden he turns around. It was
did you feel the same thing though, Ron Lyle? Did you get the whip of that? I know you did.
Not quite the same thing, but I was on the edge of my seat. That I can tell you.
It crossed your fucking mind because you're like me. You're part of the BDA.
Yes. Right. Let me
get cross your fucking mind. Just tell me. Hey, just tell me. Did it not cross your mind?
No, Gonzalo. No, I would tell you. All right. Let me go to
the commentators. Yes or no? The commentators were trying to compare it to Ali Frazier.
No. I'm talking about BDA. Did it cross your mind? Yes or no?
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Okay. Move on.
Yeah, we got. Okay. Let's go to 330. 330. You're on the air. 330. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, BDA.
Put a little bass in your voice next time.
Oh, Triple J, man. What's on your mind, man?
2 things. 1, Usyk beats everyone. And number 2, I remember a certain fan base saying Berlanga would beat Beterbiev. And that's all I have to say.
Berlanga's a bum.
I know he's a bum.
All right, well, Triple JJJ, thank you for
certain fan base. Huh?
Yeah.
Triple JJ, he's exposed, bro. And I kind of knew that.
I always knew it too. Yeah, I knew it forever. The guy, he's just an American hype job. Who I remember when he bragged about.
Get the fuck out of here! You recognize you're Puerto Rican. That was your man.
That don't mean nothing.
That was your man.
I knew he was.
I don't have.
I knew he was on some.
Nah, that means a lot, bro. That means a lot. He's not a Sandra Sayas, but that was your man's.
Recognize you have to admit he wasn't the one. The one will come up eventually. He will show up.
If you ever listen to me talk about him, I always thought that he was suspect.
Yeah.
I kind of
didn't. I knew he was full of shit when he bragged about buying a $150 fade.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. That was bizarre. All right, listen, Triple JJJ, we gotta move on, man. But thank you for calling in, man.
Hey, BDA,
no problem. Have a good night.
You too, man.
Have a good night.
BDA, real quick. I heard Tyson Fury said that when he went to Wilder's corner, so to give him like a congratulations for a good fight or whatever. Wilder told him, according to Fury, I don't want to do the good sportsmanship, man.
Oh,
so, yeah. See, Mr. B, that's what I told you. He's not. They didn't take him out of the ring quickly to check up on him, like medically speaking, like whatever. No, he didn't want to.
BDA, can you give me props for picking Tyson Fury to knock out Deontay Wilder.
Yes, he gave you props.
Yes, we get you and recognize.
BDA. Well, I want to hear it one more time, but don't give me second props because fucking recognize was like a second pick to mine.
Nah,
it was like, what do you call it?
He was following you. He was following you.
Yeah, fucker. And that's fucking that's King Bucho, the one the fucking hardcore fucking maybe not Fury, but for the right reasons. Bucho.
Yeah. What?
No, Bucho, you picked the 5th round. I see what you were saying.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about King Bucho. Bucho, you picked the 5th round.
I think and then I said he was gonna end up like Kasim Rahman in that Lennox Lewis rematch. Remember? I said he's gonna.
Yes, Bucho. Yes.
Hey, Gonzalo, by the way, Bucho was speaking. Bucho was speaking, and you said, "Now BDA, I'm speaking to Gonzalo, to Bucho."
No, I was gonna say, I love King Bucho. That motherfucker's the man. Hey, Bucho's the man, dude. I love that guy. You know why?
Gonzalo's
did
ready to
anybody
fight
else
somebody.
notice that Wilder looked scared at the beginning of the fight?
Yes.
I didn't hear.
His eyes were like sinking into his head.
Hold on, I didn't hear what Reverse said. Can you repeat it, please?
I said, did anybody else notice that Wilder looked scared before the first bell rang?
Yes. I agree 100%. That's what I saw. I saw like the same facial expression he had for the second fight.
Hey, what about?
But he did show more resilience, more resist. Yeah.
What about the delay before the fight? The 10-minute delay where they kicked the cameras out. And what was that all about?
We were making jokes about that in the Discord. We were saying that he was masturbating to lower his nerves. I think a couple people said that MMA champ was giving him a blowjob.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, man. That's wrong.
All right.
Yeah, since when does the challenger make the champion wait? You know what I mean? Like you don't usually do that. You know what I mean? You don't usually make the
saw right before Fury got in the ring. He sat there for a couple seconds.
Jimmy, they were nervous, bro. They were nervous. Yeah. You could see it when he came in the ring. You could see it in the when fucking Fury is trolling him, like giving him the wide eyes.
Dude, we saw it when he made that stupid speech 2 months after he lost. I'm your king. I'll be back. I said then he was trying to convince himself. Listen, the only reason you would come up with those asinine excuses is because you can't accept it. Because you're too fucking emotionally unstable and insecure to accept it. So think about, all right, so now, and he never gave up on that. He was even sitting there trying to say it during the fucking conference the other day. And the fact that he said, I don't want to do the good sport thing, so he never learned a fucking lesson. They're already probably firing up the shit now, but it's irrelevant because nobody will take him serious. And I think you must know that. But yeah, dude, this whole thing was him scared. All his actions.
Even during the fight, I just got the feeling that it was like a kid trying to stand up to their bully, but still getting beat up.
Yeah, that's the way
that's just the energy I got from him, because it looked like he had to like get a burst of courage every time he threw a punch, because he was just scared. His whole face, his eyes were all squinted up.
Exactly. Yeah. So this fight wasn't close in my opinion, and some people think this was fight of the year. Some people think it's fight of the year. You know, that's debatable, right? In my opinion, it's not fight of the year. It's not fight of the year. It wasn't. I mean, there was some drama. Remove Fury going down. Remove that round, that instance, that event, and what do you have?
The fight shit. Yeah, then it's
exactly. That's how the way I see it. There was that moment, that moment of drama. That's it, man.
You could say Fury won every round.
Wrestling. There was holding. Yeah, but the fight wasn't that exciting, to be honest. There was a lot of holding, guys.
I agree with you, Bucho. I agree with you too.
It was the knockdown. It was a knockdown, and it was the finale. The finality of the whole thing was Wilder going on being on the ground.
It was emotional, right?
Yeah, and that's Jimmy. There were emotions coming into this fight from both sides, and the Wilder people want to see Wilder fucking lose. Other people want to, they were saying there was cheating, so they want to see the cheater lose, and
as much as I do hate Wilder, I think we should commend him for at least coming up with some semblance of a game plan at the beginning of the fight and actually training properly. Because when he came out and I saw him throwing that jab to the body, I'm like, oh, this guy actually has a game plan. He's actually tried to adjust from his last ass whooping. Now, of course, it all fell apart in the end because he's the inferior fighter. Because he's the inferior fighter.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, give me 2 seconds here.
Well, I was going to say, any coach worth his weight in spit would see an opponent with a loose midsection. That's like boxing 102 right after not leaning back. When somebody's throwing punches at you, you never lean back at your waist straight back. And then another thing, Andre Ward being a very, very fucking probably, honestly, I know a lot of people in this, chat, sometimes they like him, but a very cerebral fighter. That dude is smart in the ring. And he kept saying it. He keeps walking right into his right hand, going the wrong direction.
He did say that.
Fundamentally,
but Jimmy, you know why he was doing that?
What's that?
You know why he was doing that, though? Because that's how he has to put himself in an angle that he can land
in an angle to punch. Of course. Plus, on top of that, it's actually harder when you're orthodox to go the other direction. If
he tries to get away from Fury's right hand, then he basically has no punch. He's throwing his right hand at an angle.
What you're supposed to do is make a step to the side, feint, and then try to catch him following you in.
You know he can't do that shit.
That's what I'm saying. No, bro, and I'm not even trying to shit on him there, but that's when you start a sport. Boxing isn't like a lot of sports, bro, because it's so reactionary. It's boom, boom, boom. It's something you have to do repetitive. It's the most repetitive sport it's all repetitive. That's all I got to stress. And he started it late, and you could see because anytime he was hurt, he would revert to what a kid would do who's almost fresh off the street, lean back, going against him to the right hand. These fundamentally wrong things that guys who are talked about in the Hall of Fame don't do. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let me go.
By the way, the Chad Luke Peterson says BDA panel.
Man. Let me go to the phone lines real quick. Let me go to the phone and then I'll read the chat. Hold on. 561, you're on the air. 561, what's on your mind?
Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Black Chibi. I'm a man of my word. And I said I was going to call as soon as the fight was over, no matter what happened. How you guys doing today?
Doing well, man. I mean, it was an enjoyable fight. What did you think? Despite the fact that you were rooting for Wilder, it was enjoyable.
I mean, I was rooting for Wilder 100%. I said to myself, bro, when he first got in, I'm like, okay, that's good. Just chill, sit back, relax, and chill. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like as soon as I don't know what the fuck, man. I'm like, as soon as he had caught Wilder with that side, like that little uppercut counter punch, bro, it was all over, bro. And then when he got knocked out, I was like, oh shit, we got it. I'm like, oh man, bro, you feel me? But then I'm like, damn, that count's pretty slow, man. Come on, man, let's get this shit out. And I'm like, oh my god, bro. I was like, bro, you feel me? And then he was so fatigued and like everywhere. I'm like, okay, so you look at the fucking the clips of him training, right? All that fucking head movement he's been doing, all that shit went out the fucking window. I'm like, why are you not doing this shit? Why are you?
As if he never even did it.
You went, huh?
No, go ahead.
It was as if he never even practiced it.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck? Oh my god, bro, it just disappointing me. I mean, like one thing for sure, and two things for sure. I'm pretty sure Wilder's not fighting anymore. But I respect Wilder because he did go out on his shield. He went out on his shield like he wanted to, you know. And at the end of the day, even if you hate Wilder with a passion, we're gonna all respect that. You know, he went out like a warrior. You know, he didn't quit. You know, he fought until he couldn't do it no more. You know, and. It was just more of a disappointment for me, you know, because I'm looking at it like this, you know. I was looking at it like this, you know. I got to the point where I'm hoping on his fucking straight hand, you know. Like I'm like, bro, please catch him, you know. And it like. I'm disappointed in the outcome because it really touched my soul when he lost that fight. I'm not even.
Well, can I give you some advice? Let me give you some advice. We've all been watching boxing for a while, and you know, I think we've all been there where we're really rooting for one guy and then he loses. Like fuck. But at the end of the day, it's just a sport, man. You know, don't get. I know you. Yeah. It's just for today. That's the way you feel. But tomorrow you'll be back to doing your thing. And you're gonna forget all about it. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, you're 100, and you're 110% right on that. I was just depressed at the moment, man, and I had a lot of money riding on it, And I was just like, I didn't even care about
That
the money.
sucks.
Like,
Yeah, we have the money,
I was
man.
just
I can see
disappointed.
that.
I was nah. I was more disappointed in his performance. Like, you've been training for 18 fucking months, my nigga. Like, what was you doing? Like, what was you doing, bro? Like,
well, bro, again, I'm not defending Wilder, but you can't blame him on that because, again, like I said earlier, it's repetitive. You can't just learn that at one camp. He learned good things, was told good things. But when you get punched in the face, man, like Tyson said, the other one, all those plans go right out the window. You just revert to what you know. And if what you know is not doing those things, then you don't do them. That's
that's
exactly what happened.
This is where I give Wilder credit, and like a fan like you, I give you credit because you're actually a real fan. You said that you had your emotions in it, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The problem with Wilder is that Wilder is a super athlete. If you understand what I'm saying, he's like this athletes, but he's a little bit above that. But really, boxing wasn't his sport. He just took it as a hobby to see where it could go. And the next thing you know, he's like in the limelight, but they never built him the right way in order to.
He was a high school basketball
star. He should have just played basketball. He should have just played college basketball and went to the NBA.
Well, it was his knee blew out. He was actually a real good basketball player. He was a high school star in basketball, and it was his knee blew out. That's the reason why he didn't continue on with basketball. He got sick and needed the money.
Hey, listen.
Playing football.
That is true though. That's 100% true, man. I can't even argue with that. You know, I just like to because you obviously, you know, I don't think Wilder taking any more fights. I just like it the energy that he brought, man. You know, I felt like he did so much for the heavyweight division. You know, like because I remember.
Listen, stay with the sport. There's going to be a ton of Deontay's for you, bro. He'll be replaced. Years from now, you'll just stick with it, dude.
Yeah, they'll beat somebody good or even better. He's probably more likely better. But no, listen, I understand it, man. Wilder kind of reminds me of Trinidad, just not as good, and that's not a bad statement. I'm not saying that that's a bad. Trust me, when Trinidad lost,
nowhere near as good.
When Trinidad lost to Hopkins, shit, that shit bothered me. But you know,
really,
it's part of boxing.
Huh.
But we all give him props, dude. He showed balls. There's no doubt about it. He showed heart. And he showed every respect for that.
He didn't quit either.
Exactly.
Right, well, listen, Black Chico.
And here's another thing I want to say. When you remember in the second fight, like after the fourth round, he basically gave up and didn't try to fight anymore. He was just running away like a little bitch.
Yeah,
all the way into the 11th round, he was still throwing punches, trying to knock Tyson Fury out.
Yeah.
So it was a continuous effort of him trying to win the fight.
And I think one of you guys, it was either you or I was listening to Bruce Wayne boxing. One of you guys who said it, that when he was 117, he had the energy, man. Like 138, he can't hold that shit like Tyson Fury can, because Tyson Fury is so used to fighting like that, you know. And I think that's a big play because you're right. Like,
hold on, Jimmy, let me finish because then we gotta move on to another phone call.
Okay, all right, yeah, call.
Go ahead, Black Chico.
All right, man. So you guys are kind of breaking up a little bit. I can barely hear you guys. But at the end of the day, man, I love your channel. Thank you guys so much for having me. You guys have a good night, man. And I can't wait to call you guys about the Caleb Plant and Canelo fight, man.
Oh yes, that's coming up, man. Yeah.
Thanks for the call, bro. Thanks for being a man of your word. Sorry for stepping on you too. It's breaking up on me, and I thought I heard a fade, and I thought I jumped and I missed.
That's all right, man. Take it easy out there, man. Thank you for calling in. Let's go to...
Good call.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with rooting for a guy. I mean, nobody here takes it personally. Like, hi, your guy lost. 484, you're on the air. 484, you're on the air.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you
Hello?
go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, I'm a long-time listener. I really appreciate what you guys do for the sport of boxing. You're the best, the absolute best YouTube boxing channel out there. But yeah, man. I mean, people really have to start giving Tyson Fury his respect. Tyson Fury is an extremely special fighter. If you look at this today or historically, you know, I mean, I really feel like Tyson carried this fight. Tyson could have made this fight anything he wanted to make it, and he wanted to have this classic kind of trilogy with Wilder. That's how that's how I view it. I mean, there was instances even before Tyson got dropped twice in like the third or fourth round, whatever it was, where it looked like Tyson could have easily stopped him, and he didn't. And you know, I mean, and then you know, I mean, KOing Wilder in the fashion that he did. I mean, that was a flat out. I mean, I believe it was a left uppercut. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was a left hand that a left uppercut that put Wilder almost left him pretty much. I mean, he was, but you had to give Wilder credit in the fact that, you know what, he was sincere in the fact that he wants to go out on his shield. You know, and he did. And I want to say this to a lot of people out there who are probably Irish, and you know, you have to understand, Tyson Fury has, since the time that he turned to professional, and even back to his amateur days, he has always said he is an Irishman. His family are Irish. They come from County Galway. And Tyson Fury does not fight for England. He doesn't fight for Britain. He fights for Ireland, and he fights for Irish people. And I really hope that, you know, like the people that are Irish American or whatever it may be really get behind Tyson Fury, because you know we're dealing with a talent that we've never seen before. It doesn't. You go back,
caller. After that ring walk, I will never get behind Tyson Fury.
I'm sorry, who said that? Why?
He said Reverse Lee is saying that after Fury's ring walk, he's never gonna get behind Fury because it was a bizarre ring walk. He's saying.
I would honestly be scared to be in front of or behind.
Right? He can't. Yeah. Yeah,
we should understand that the dude with the long nails.
Yeah, but listen, caller, I get your point,
I'm sorry, because you're kind of breaking. I truly wish I could hear what you're saying, but I can't really hear what you're saying. You're breaking up.
All
so
right.
I would love to have that conversation with you.
Well, listen.
But you know, Tyson Fury. I mean, you know, when in regards to the fight, you know, I thought in.
Hold on a second.
I think
he looked in the first fight into the second fight. I don't know. I mean, he kind of, you know, and Wilder was able to back him up, and Wilder was able to hit him to the body, and things. And Wilder was having success to the body. So, like, you know, when you watch these videos from all these black YouTubers out there, you think like, okay, well, maybe there's something to this.
Yes, right.
But you know, I mean, Tyson could have stopped him within the first. Yeah, at a minimum. Tyson Fury could have stopped him within the first 6 rounds.
I agree, man. I agree, caller.
And he carried him, and you know, man, Tyson Fury. I'll tell you what, man. Before I go here, Tyson Fury is the most incredible boxer I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
Tyson Fury. Yeah,
you're doing too much.
Caller.
Tyson Fury, obviously, every time.
I agree with everything you said.
For the call, sir.
I agree with everything you said.
If he was in better shape, if he took that fight more serious, maybe it's also the money. Anytime you stop making that kind of money, it's just, anyways. But if he was in shape, and if he was in the fight in, you know, the shape of this, at least the shape he was in the second fight, he would have taken him out with jabs, absolutely. Without a doubt. So he actually made that fight harder than it needed to be. His talent could have ended that soon if he was in shape.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you there, Jimmy, all the way. But caller, I think he could have done better. But hey, listen, you were impressed with his performance, and like you said, he's rocking it for Ireland. So it's a good night for him. And listen, we do have to move on to another call. But thank you for your call. Call back next time, right, man? We're gonna be doing a show tomorrow. Take it easy, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you, BDA, for all that you do for boxing. Thank you. Have
man.
a good night.
You too, man.
Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, that's right. Fury doing it for Ireland, man. All right,
You were playing that shitty music in the background for like a solid 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it's being slowed down here. That's why. Let's go to. It's not shitty Irish music, by the way. Let's go to.
Shout out to the Fighting Irish, right?
The Fighting Irish. That's right.
Mix.
984. You're on the air.
Shout out to all the gypsies that claim to be Irish.
All right, fellas. 984. You're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you doing, man? What's on your mind?
What up, brother?
Not a whole lot, man. So, when I called in on the Fury Wilder 3 show that you guys had, I predicted within 4 rounds Fury. I was technically wrong, but Fury still got the win, and I'm so proud of my guy. Either way, I know there was a lot of people in the show that yesterday rather, that went for Fury, and then predicted the later round stoppage. They were right, and man, it's just really good to see my guy win and to prove everyone wrong. I would love to see somebody that says Fury cheated this time around. I'd love to see them. The only thing I could say is that, as far as Fury, is that he was leaning against Wilder a lot in the fight. That's the only thing, if you can consider that cheating. But other than that, that was a clear victory for Tyson Fury. Even if he hadn't leaned on Wilder like that, he would have still knocked his ass out.
Yeah, leaning's fine, dude. You can lean in the clinch.
Yeah. Listen.
Can you guys find out? Can you make an announcement to stop calling the show? Is you guys getting calls too?
Yeah.
Dude, non-stop. Who's doing that? Can you make an announcement for them to stop doing that?
I think I know who it is, man. But hold on. Let's get caller. Go ahead, please, because we do have to move on.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
How you doing?
984. Keep going, man, because we gotta move
Yeah.
on.
So Tyson Fury won, and it was in the later rounds, like some of you had predicted. And I hope that now things are much more clear, and that everyone else who said that Tyson Fury cheated not only realize that he didn't cheat, but also realize that he's the best fucking heavyweight ever. Seriously,
ever.
He's just all his fights. I mean, something else.
That remains to be seen.
And
this was a great call. Thank you.
All right, Reverse, you guys gotta stop interrupting.
Yeah.
By the way, listen, caller. Thank you for your call. We do have to move. Call back tomorrow because we're gonna be going live tomorrow again. All right, man.
Will do. Have a good one.
You too, man. Reverse, you gotta stop jumping. Please don't jump in because I'm trying to get them to make their statements and then move on. So don't. I get the jokes and all that, but let's try to keep it moving.
Wait, BDA. Is it real quick before you go to the call? Is it me or like a lot of people are stuttering? Maybe it's late at night and they had a few drinks, but like
maybe they're nervous too.
I know that too.
They're nervous to be around our sexiness.
Go
yeah,
all right.
You listen to me, okay?
All right, let's go to 312. You're on the air. 312. What's on your mind? 312.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing well, man. Thank you. What's
Can
on
you
your
hear
mind? Yes, please go ahead.
There's a lot of questions. On what's next. Would there ever be a fourth fight? And obviously a little while ago, Fury confirmed that this trilogy is over. A lot of reasons why that is. Obviously, Fury signed a $100 million deal with ESPN in 2019, probably a 3-fight deal. He's probably got 1 fight left. He is massively underpaid. If you consider, he should have got a deal like Canelo got. And I hope after this fight, this guy makes $100 million in the next year, just in endorsements, everything else. If this doesn't do it for him, nothing will.
Dude, you his cousin.
Are you related to him?
Is he gonna buy you shit?
No, I'm just. It's just common sense. He's basically holding up boxing at this point. No,
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
I don't know.
I can't imagine endorsing Tyson Fury.
Yeah, some of the stuff he said, caller, about a certain ethnic group that claims to only be a religion.
No, not even that. Just like his general attitude and his filthiness.
Yeah, but I mean, you're
Well,
right.
he needs. It's kind of hard to call him the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, who's never made a title defense until
not the
tonight. That was his
greatest
first one
heavyweight.
ever.
Yeah, well, the
This
caller
is
didn't
first
say
fighter.
that.
He's not the
Yeah.
greatest heavyweight champ, but obviously, and he beat Klitschko.
No, not you,
But
Carl. I'm sorry. Not you. I didn't mean to imply you.
when he beat Klitschko, the level of competition that he's beaten doesn't stand up to the golden age of heavyweight boxing. So you can't really compare him well against the rest of the heavyweight
you
greats.
could
But,
he's the best. He's the best in his generation.
He's beat who's in front of him.
All right, well, listen, caller, we do have to move on. All right, call.
So and also, if you think about it, a fourth fight would never happen because Wilder's got a lot of pride.
It shouldn't.
And
Yeah.
he the first fight was 50-50 per split, 60-40 for this in favor of Fury. There's if you think about it, does that go to 65-35, whatever? There's
No.
90-10.
Wilder's not
No
gonna,
fight.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't even entertain
That
a
would
fight.
never
That's
happen.
dead.
They should just do it anyway until Wilder dies.
At this point, is literally beating up a dead horse when it comes to them. He beat him twice
wrong with
by
that?
knockout. Well, I mean,
It's over, man.
All right, well,
I don't
listen,
wanna
caller,
see him
thank
fight.
you for your
but
call.
After this fight, a lot of people probably shelled out $79, American for this fight.
Yeah,
and I
but
think
then-
a lot of people, for a fourth fight, they pay $100 for a
if
fourth
Wilder
fight.
would have
If they have
won,
the same
if
quality.
Wilder would have won, if Wilder would have beat him, then I could see maybe a 4 fight, right? But the fact that he beat Wilder again and he stopped him, dude, he knocked him out. This how he knocked him out. I don't want to see
Well,
that.
Wilder only won one round.
One,
Fourth,
two
that was
rounds
it.
at the most. One or two, the most.
But caller,
Yeah,
your
one or two
point.
most.
Listen, caller, your
we
point.
gotta give Wilder some respect, though. You gotta give
Yeah,
Wilder
we are
some
giving him. We are. Listen, caller, caller. We are giving him respect. We gave him respect from the get-go. But when it comes to a fourth fight, talking from a boxing fan perspective, listen. He's a dislikable character, but not to the point where I want to see him get his ass whooped a third time. And on top of that, I don't think the mainstream media wants to see that either. So anyway, listen, caller, we do have to move on, but call back next time, right? We're gonna be doing another show tomorrow. All right, take it easy, man. Let's go to.
He got angry.
No, I don't think he did. 956, you're on the air. 956. What's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well, man. Well, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's in your mind?
In my mind, a whole bunch of
What's
things.
in your
But
mind?
you tell me, man.
That guy in the ring walk.
Am
Yeah,
I
the
in your
ring.
mind, cutie?
Are you in my mind, cutie? I don't know, but anyway, go ahead. What's on?
Hey. I was playing around. Hey, I was playing around. But yo, dude, that fight was good. But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm a Fury fan, but Fury looks slow. What he needs to do if he fights Usyk, he needs to cut down back to 260 because he looked too slow for me to get to Wilder. He can't be like that with Usyk. If he fights Usyk, after Usyk beats AJ, he needs to get back down to 260.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the guy was that
265 the most. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, he can't come in that heavy.
He looked like a fat double lord. He can't come
He
in.
needs to pick a weight. He needs to pick a weight where he's actually comfortable taking off his shirt.
Yes.
Because I noticed even in his locker room, he seemed like he didn't want to take his shirt off.
The fact that he didn't take his shirt off at all, and he was like waiting to do it in the ring. He knew he was like, obviously he knows he was fat and out of shape.
He had that shit pulled up to his fucking titties. The trunks too when he first took his shirt off.
He was like muffin topping over his shorts.
That's why he was smart to go to the body. That's like what you do. But
I think that's also why the body shots didn't really do anything. Because he had all that fat and that blubber just covering up his vital
Yeah, no, it don't work that way, bro. It hurts because you don't have the core muscle there. Because even when you have good abs, they stay tense even when you're fucking breathing. So when you're all loose like that, you can push your liver right up under your rib cage. But he wasn't going to that side of his body.
He could still have that underneath his fat, though.
I want to see him fight Usyk, man.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Luke Peterson for contributing to Super Justice. Gonzalo is causing chaos here. All right, shout out to Luke. Luke Peterson again says, Luke Peterson says, BG panel, how would AJ versus Wilder have gone in 2019? Oh, it would. Now I'm thinking.
Well, wait, this Wilder or the older one?
Well, I'm thinking 2019 Wilder. He would have caught him.
Okay.
And then Luke Peterson says, how would AJ or Wilder have... Okay, that's the same. Yeah, I think it would have gone the same way. Hey, can I just say... Hold on, let me check who's been calling here, because I couldn't do it during the phone calls. I couldn't do it during the phone call.
It's a dog in the kennel,
yeah.
I think.
I don't know what's going on, man. All right, anyway.
The avatar was ringing was an avatar. It was a dog behind a chain link fence.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, I'm being honest.
Anyway,
I know who that is.
I wanted to say
Wilder's dog is calling into the show.
Hey, yeah, in regards to that, he mentioned Fury Usyk. I think we saw today what would happen with Usyk. I think Fury would just try to do the same thing he did today, man. Just lean on the dude.
It just wouldn't work against Usyk, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. He would step to the side. He would not let him do that. And what he would do is he would bend at the waist. I'm telling you right now, Fury would fight different. So he would turn more sideways, and he would bend at the waist as he's throwing his jab, because that would make his most length to keep the shorter man off, way at distance, and then you can set up so much more when you're pulling it back. So, I think it would be boring, and I think it would be hard for Usyk to reach him.
I think he would just slip past his punches and beat him on the inside.
You know what? Yes, reverse. I was just gonna say,
because it's not like Fury doesn't wind up his right hand
for a while.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I don't think he would do that, though. I don't think he would try the 1-2 like that. I'm sorry, recognize.
After he beat no, it's cool. It's so good. I couldn't hear you either. You guys can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
After
I can hear you, bro.
After beating AJ the way he did, he could beat Fury, bro. I'm putting my money on.
I would too.
Yeah, I'll put my money.
I already said that too. Yeah, I think he could beat Fury. I'm just saying that's the way I would think he would go about trying to fight him, make it boring.
The two best heavyweights is who I thought like when I heard Usyk wanted to go up, even before he wanted to go up, I was like thinking to myself, this dude could come in at 220. I think he could be legit, man. I think he could be a real threat that he could outbox these guys pretty comfortably and even maybe score a stoppage.
Ever since his first two fights, I always thought he and Fury were the best.
Yes.
Recognize a comment. Remember, you made a couple of months ago. You said, heavyweights when they were fighting in Muhammad Ali's time were better. Now, think about just the difference from tonight. Those two big motherfuckers guppying by the fifth round, right? Fucking mouths wide open in the corner, opposed to fucking Usyk. Remember Usyk in the 12th? Dude, still fainting, tight at the waist. That's conditioning, but you can't do that when you're 270 pounds.
Let's be Fury looked just like a big guy that had better skills than Wilder, just in terms of how he throws his punches. But that's pretty much it. There's nothing there that some people call him one of the best heavyweights of all time. I mean, come on, let's relax here.
That's kind of gay.
But it's nuances. It's you got to do that, but it's his competition. So you're saying that Wilder is one of the best heavyweights of all time, or at least in that talk, because that's who he's beaten. You're going to base it off that.
Do you think the best heavyweight of all time takes 11 rounds to knock out Wilder?
BDA.
Why is it like now? Some people are saying, Fury Fury beat Wilder a second time. Now you beat him a third time. So now that's like making you one of the best heavyweights. So because he beat somebody you already beat twice. Exactly. When you shouldn't have even fought him the third time. It wasn't even necessary. So I'm more impressed with. I'm more impressed. Just one thing. I'm more impressed with Joshua's record than Fury's record.
So you're more impressed with Fury beating Usyk beating AJ than Fury beating Wilder twice, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, me
absolutely.
Too. Yep, me too.
Because Joshua was actually fighting contenders, man.
Yep.
And Fury, what the hell was he doing? He beat Wilder once.
What's Wilder's best win?
Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, we talked about it.
What's Luis Ortiz's best win?
Chambers. Jennings, yeah.
Follow that streak. That tree goes fucking. That tree gets short quick.
And that's the dude that got smashed by Klitschko.
Yeah, basically, he got killed by Klitschko.
Yeah, he's been knocked out a few times since then. He just got knocked out again.
Jimmy, did you notice? Jimmy, did you notice Wilder's traps? His traps, they look much bigger.
See, and that's the huge thing. Listen, he added much more size. Like Steve Kim said, he's like, yeah, that's great. He tweeted out, he put all that size on his upper body. But remember what he said at the end of the problem in the first fight was his leg. He got tired. It was a leg issue. He was carrying that extra weight. So his brainiac move was to put on more weight. I mean, he was ready to go. If Fury wasn't so fucking tired, he could have spanked him earlier.
Those, I don't know why, but Fury's punches didn't look that straight, though. That right hand's like a looping right hand. I don't like it, man. At the beginning, remember he threw a 1-2 really quickly? Like he threw a 1-2 really quickly. I was like, whoa, that was pretty good. He never threw that again. He was all like a shitty jab and then like a looping right hand. Like that Wilder could even see coming. Walter could even see, but that's the thing. Walter could see the right hand coming. That's
what it was,
he like survived. Yeah,
he was in such bad condition. He couldn't keep doing that fast 1-2. He couldn't keep doing it.
Exactly.
He was in bad condition.
I honestly don't think he trained that hard.
No, I think he knew what he had to do to beat him. And I'm watching the fight now on mute. I cannot believe Wilder kept just leaning straight back. Like you just never do that. That flabbergasts me to see somebody who's a world champion do that.
You saying flabbergasted, that reminds me of when Malik Scott was in his corner. He's like, come on, you're acting lackadaisical. Like he actually believed Wilder knew what that word meant.
Oh, come on, man. But you know what? It's interesting, man, because there was a point where he was getting the crap beat out of him. I think it was about the 8th or 9th round. He goes back to his corner. You could tell he's completely deflated. What little strength he had in his legs was gone. And Malik goes, all right, now I want you to do this. It's like, man, the guy's gone, man. No matter what you could...
Yeah, he's squirting blood out of his mouth. He could barely breathe.
There were literally times where it looked like he went to sleep on Tyson Fury's shoulder. Like he would put his head on his shoulder and close his eyes. Like he was taking a nap. I thought a lot of times... I thought when the referee broke them from the clinch, he was going to fall because it looked like he was putting all his weight on Fury just to stand up.
That's what I'm saying. His lungs put him out as much as Fury's punches. Dude had no fucking oxygen in his blood.
You know what? I think all this talking from Fury saying that he was really like insulted by Wilder's accusations of him cheating and everything. I think Fury he needed that to at least get some sort of motivation for this fucking third fight.
Of course he did. And I heard the pay-per-view did actually better than the second. I just want to say that.
No
I've
kidding.
already been told that.
Hey, maybe Haitian was right. Maybe it's going to do a million buys, man. Oh, no, what did he say? 2 million?
No, it's not doing a million buys.
Well, Aram said it was already, was it Aram? But somebody from Top Rank said it was already pre-buys and whatnot at last time. So it could easily hit 1 million if it, at that trajectory. But so which is good. So that means this thing actually turned fucking Fox mustn't have liked it because it was an ESPN paid the money, but it was a co-pro, but still.
Hey, can I say something here about
yes, you can.
The Fury, the Wilder fanboys, because remember, okay, we got some people say leave the past in the past, but the shit talking that was it wasn't just shit talking. I don't mind shit talking from Wilder fans or any boxing fans, but when you start talking about, do you want to see a guy die in a car fire, or when Tay Jones told
who said that?
That was the police officer, former police officer. Anyway, when Tay Jones told Sugar Hill it's going down on fight night. Well, nothing went down on fight night other than a beating, and now he's
besides Wilder.
Exactly, and now Tay Jones is on Twitter being very humble. He says, "All I ever wanted was a clean fight with nothing fishy. Congrats to Tyson Fury. Hats off." Why didn't he do anything then? Why did he say, like, if they really believe that he cheated, why not go after the dude? You know what I mean?
Right? So that erase. So, okay, wait a minute. My boy, you took a fucking metal object and tried to kill my boy in the ring, but tonight you knocked him out clean, so hey.
Yeah, Jimmy, he forgot about it. Like, he just forgave. He forgave Jimmy, he forgave Fury now.
He wasn't going to
because you know what that means? That just confirms they never believed it. They were just going to ride that. Just think about how they'd be acting if he wouldn't have got up in the 4th round. The shit they'd be saying, the videos they'd be making. Actually, the video is going to be funny anyways. I'm curious to see some of these videos.
I honestly believe that if the fight went the distance, they'd be screaming robbery.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh man, reversely, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh man, this better not go to a decision because they're gonna start claiming that it was a robbery and they're gonna. God.
I mean, at the end, he outlanded him almost. What? It was definitely over 2-1.
It was like double. Yeah, it was at least double.
Yeah, the fight wasn't even close.
Jimmy, this is what they would have said: 2 knockdowns for Fury, 2 knockdowns for Wilder, so therefore a draw.
Plus the long count, they would have said that. They would have carried that. Yeah, exactly. You're right, dude. You're 100% right.
Hey, Butcher's right in the chat room. He goes, the LDBC just forgave Fury for cheating. Yeah, so this beating erased everything that happened. I mean, it's...
So wait, you're saying that if I steal from you and then I beat you up, it's okay that I stole from you?
Yeah, Fury tried to kill Wilder in the ring with a metal object, but now we forgive him.
And by the way, another guy, you know what? Fury has to pass the drug testing now, though. You never know with this fucking guy. He
They're doing testing?
I don't know if they're. I didn't hear anything about. What was it?
There's no testing. You know how do you think Wilder put on that much muscle in the span of a couple months?
Yeah, that's true.
They're not testing for this fight.
You're absolutely correct, man. By the way, can somebody explain to me this tweet from Artman? He said Wilder lost respect to Tyson Fury tonight. He was the better man. What does that mean? Wilder lost respect. Like he got beat up. I mean, how does?
Now wait, what was the second part of the tweet?
Fury.
No, you gotta understand. Artman leaves nouns out all the time, dude. Fucking words. Okay. What he meant by that was he lost respect. You know what I mean? Like Wilder lost respect by giving it to. But yeah, he just he doesn't like certain words.
He doesn't like
retarded.
Yeah. I mean, listen. So those of you guys that are saying that Fury beats Usyk, I mean that Usyk beats Fury.
I'm not buying that. Oh, I'm there. Yeah.
I'm not buying it either, man. I think Fury's gonna.
No, I am buying that Usyk beats Fury. Yeah.
Well, maybe he could. I mean, people are already questioning him beating Joshua, but I just think styles make fights, man. And I think a 250-pound Fury is just gonna lay and pray on Usyk, and it's gonna be very ugly, and maybe it's gonna be a split decision to Fury's side. You know what I mean?
They said the same thing about Joshua.
Yeah, but this is coming from a guy who picked Usyk to beat Joshua. So, but this time though, I don't know.
I think the LDBC, they're more humble now because they saw Wilder show heart, and he did drop Fury.
They're running out of Black Kings. Their empire is about to collapse.
Well, who can? Yeah, they're gonna now go after. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Because Joshua and Wilder have lost, so they can't cling to either of them.
They never liked Joshua, though. I don't think they would have even
I bet you if Wilder had gotten knocked out and Joshua still had the belts, they'd be dick riding him.
It's possible.
There's still Tank Davis and Errol Spence. They always back that guy up. No, that's true.
They don't like Crawford, though.
No, they don't like. Yeah, they're not going. I mean, that dude that was on here on Friday, he hates Crawford. He hasn't fought anybody, according to him. So that's the type of mentality that we got from this.
No, but Wilder has, though.
Exactly, yeah.
Wilder was the one. I mean, he was
that guy that called in and was hating on Terrence Crawford and Wilder's gonna kill Fury. I think he left the chat, BDA. He was in the Discord.
I mean, but
yeah, what was his name? Let me check.
I mean, he was saying that
O's and Waffles.
Yeah, he was saying that Taylor. Ah, shit, I'm breaking up here. You guys keep going. You guys keep going.
He said Taylor is a nobody. He hasn't fought anybody.
Yeah, the guy just left. He's not there anymore.
He left. Of course he
did.
Good.
Yo, what a fucking pussy, man. Come on.
All that shit he was talking to Wilder's gonna kill him. This is not a game.
Did you guys see the way he looked when Big E was announcing him, like in the little thing where he was in front of the white screen?
I didn't see him.
Oh. Yeah, like he was. They did this thing where he was being announced to the ring, and he was in front of a white screen, and his eyes were popping out, and it made him look really dark. I said, Wilder looks like a rapist.
Oh, come on, man. Reverse, man. What the fuck, man? But I mean, listen, with this type of fights, man. It's what boxing's all about, man. Why am I cracking up? Am I breaking up here for you fellas?
Nope.
No.
The fuck? I hear some crackling, man. Maybe it's because I'm just tired, man. But fellas, I mean,
I'm eating ice cream.
Oh no! You planning another trip to the dentist? To recognize what the fuck? But
no.
On waffles or pancakes?
Oh man, that's a good choice. Waffles, easy to make right now. I would just pop them in the microwave or toaster. Excuse me.
This I was thinking about this, fellas. The first fight was in December 2018. It's almost December 2021, so this whole thing went for about 3 years.
Yeah, these assholes have been going back and forth for 3 years.
Can you, 3 years? For some reason, it seems to have gone longer than that. Pacquiao versus Marquez. The first fight was in 2004, the second 2008, the third was 2011, I believe, and then the second one a year later. That was about 7 years that it spanned. But this one, for some reason, yeah. But this one seemed longer for some reason.
You know why?
What's that?
Wilder fans and Wilder. You know when you
they make every minute seem like an hour.
Listen, man, I don't want to beat up on the Wilder fans right now. They're suffering. The fanatics. I'm talking about the
some of them committed suicide.
Nah, well, well, I mean, listen. You know what the problem is?
Or at least they're strongly considering it.
The problem with the Deontay Wilder.
Go ahead, BDA. Sorry.
Just the real problem with the Deontay Wilder fans was they were not real boxing fans. That's it. That was my.
They're just like gay racist weirdos.
How did not we realize that this dude is not a good boxer?
Because they don't know shit about boxing.
And again, it's not to shit on Wilder, but the guy is not a traditional boxer. He's just a good athlete.
He's a bum. He has good power.
Yeah, he can knock out just about any heavyweight if he hits him right.
The power away, he's a bum.
Right. Well, pretty much. Imagine he didn't have power like that. He'll get washed.
You wouldn't even know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
According to go ahead.
Because he has that tremendous right hand, it's what allowed him. That's why I say he is a phenomenal athlete when you think about it. From this guy's not really a boxer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I give him that, but in terms of being a pure boxer, he is not that, man, and he is not comparable to the all-time greats. There are guys in today's boxing heavyweight division that I could understand if you compare them to like the all-time greats, but Wilder never really had that. Usyk is one of them, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about athleticism. Like, for example, some people in the chat are bringing up Joe Joyce. That's another dude that he's not the most athletic.
I don't really rate him that high.
Really?
No.
But at least he got boxing fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a much better fighter than Wilder, but that's a pretty low bar to meet.
Yeah. Yeah. He did expose that kid. I'm forgetting his name already.
Dubois.
Dubois. There you go.
Dubum.
Oh, come on. No, but you know what, man? I mean, look, listen. It's
Did you see his last fight?
Yeah, he's look. He's not
that shitty dive.
He's not gonna give you pretty clean performances. That's just what you gotta expect. But I will say this about the heavyweight division. I've never really been a fan of this era of heavyweights. But I gotta say, this year they ended up delivering, man. Usyk with Joshua and Fury with Wilder. There were two. I was entertained by both fights, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think Fury made it worse for himself, right? In the sense that he didn't really. Maybe he boxed and sparred, like James Toney style, but he didn't really come in good shape.
That's actually the perfect way to define it. He had a James Toney camp.
Yeah, he had a James
He
Toney.
did the bare minimum. He did the bare minimum. The bare minimum he needed to fit into his boxing trunks.
He barely could accomplish. He could barely accomplish that, man.
He could barely accomplish that.
But I mean, look, listen. You gotta give it to. Can I just say too about these callers? I know we only had two of them to say that, but yeah, when they say that it's the best heavyweight they've ever seen, come on,
Dick
he beat
riding.
Wilder. He beat Deontay Wilder. That's. He's got a win over Klitschko, 2 wins over Wilder. That does not make him. Maybe you.
Luis
could say,
Ortiz almost beat Deontay Wilder.
Exactly. Yeah, 47-year-old Ortiz. So I mean,
Shoka was beating him.
Yeah, listen, good accomplishments.
Gerald Washington was beating Wilder.
He did. He for sure did, man. What happened with Sanchez and Ajagba? I didn't see that fight. Who won?
Ajagba basically Sanchez. He basically just fought off the back foot like a boring Cuban fighter usually does, and Ajagba just followed him around the ring and got knocked down once. It was a unanimous decision win for Sanchez.
Ajagba is terrible. He is so robotic. I was looking for where they stick the batteries in this motherfucker when he was fighting. Dude, no fluidity. His feet are criminally slow. He's a PBC bomb. Yeah, he's all power. He just looks to land that right hand. He has no idea what to do when he's being hit.
And he was scared too. He looked like a pussy.
That's why you want to throw hands. He's not a fighter, dude. He's just a big,
every time
strong
Sanchez
kid.
would hit him, he would just get scared and like move away from him.
Yeah, he's not a fighter at heart. He's just another big, strong athlete who could knock people out. And that Sanchez is like that typical, Cuban fucking dude. And to me, it was one guy who didn't want to fucking fight, and the other one was happy he didn't. You know what I mean?
And then there was somebody in the Discord said, "It's 4:30 a.m. and where I am, and I'm trying to fight sleep. A Cuban boxer is the last thing I need."
I mean, it was.
They try to make it boring, don't they?
They're points fighters.
They're boring fighters, yeah.
On paper, it was a good matchup because you had two undefeated guys going at it, but the end result wasn't that great. The one that surprised me was how bad Nowacki looked against Helenius. I mean, that he just took a beating.
He's a bomb.
But I mean, he was doing. But in the first fight, he won the first 3 rounds clearly, or 2, I forget.
But Helenius looked like shit in that fight. I don't even think he trained for that fight.
Okay, nobody trained for the fight.
I told Reverse Lee that Kodaki is a part-time he's a part-time carpenter, right? Because that's literally what he does when he's not boxing. And Reverse Lee said, "I hope he's a better carpenter than he is a boxer."
I mean, look.
Well, he needs to make a living somehow.
All these guys, it's an interesting division now. It's a little less exciting.
Hey, BD, did you see that fight?
Which one?
The Kawasaki fight.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be.
The way the referee ended that shit was stupid.
Yeah, he was.
He said he was going to disqualify him for low blows that he didn't even give a warning for, and then they called it a TKO.
I mean, he gave him 2 warnings, then took a point away, and then on the second one, he disqualified him, right? It's supposed to be.
Oh, I came in later on, so I didn't see those parts.
Yeah, he took a point away, but it was weird because it's almost like he was telling him, "I'm gonna disqualify you," as if I thought he was saying, "Hey, next time I'm gonna disqualify you," but no, he was telling him, "I'm gonna disqualify." It was weird though. The whole refereeing today was bizarre. Russell Mora in the main event slapping the fighters on the back. Break. He was doing the porn slap
when he hit Fury, Fury's blubber must have jiggled like 5 times from those slaps.
His whole back was reddened by Mora's slapping. I think,
like you
I
could
think,
hear. It sounded like you ever slapped the soil at a Home Depot.
What's going on?
Not super chat. Thank you. He says Fury first title defense, hopefully versus Dylan White.
Yeah, he needs to fight. Get that dude out of the way already.
I don't even think he gets through.
I think he deserves a title shot.
I don't think he gets through Otto. I don't think he gets through Otto Wallin, man.
Oh yeah, no, he will. Come
on. If he wins by knockout, I think Wallin can outbox him though.
Yeah, he could, but he'll probably get knocked out.
Wallin's tough, man. Wallin's tough, dude.
At least one. Hopefully. Oh, sorry, BDA.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I hope we never see that fucking Kanaki or fucking Kanuki, whatever his name is. Shit. That fucking, my God, what a doughy bastard, man. That was like, you usually see, fucking dudes like that at a tough man competition. That dude's terrible. And he's a top 10 fucking heavyweight?
That's the division, winning streak, no?
Shoot me. That fucking
he was
dude
on a good
sucks. And
winning
that
streak.
Helenas, see that fucking dude got smoked by Gerald Washington. Ugh. You know what I mean?
Hey, what about Jagbra? He was talking about that guy, huh?
Yeah, we were talking about I mean, Robert Helenius, by the way, I'm showing the picture here. He looks like the guy that introduced Kevin from Chicago to the, I can't say the word, but WS, if you know what I mean. He introduced, because, I mean, look at him. He looks like he just came out of Folsom.
I got that look from me. He looked like a big country American white guy.
Yeah, he looks like he just came out of Folsom. I mean,
considering the chat, it looked like the two guys from the Aryan Brotherhood fighting in prison.
That is what it looked like.
Yeah, it was a good little night of boxing.
We know who the shot caller is now, though.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The shot caller. He's got the keys to the yard. But
hey, so what's up with the PBC though? Because they had Ruiz, they had Wilder as a champ at some point, right? Then they had like Nowacki was coming up, that Polish guy. Now it's like they're out of the heavy division basically.
They don't have a Jogba anymore.
Oh, they got Helenius.
Oh yeah, him too. Yeah.
Hey, they got Helenius.
That's
though.
it.
No, they got Helenius.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna BDA. He's gonna beat Usyk, right?
Well, maybe you never know.
He's gonna outbox Usyk.
Hey, no, but you know what? On the real, they do have Tank Davis. They're banking on that guy so bad, man. To pull.
They're
something
banking
off.
on the tank.
They're banking on the guy that dances in Dutch wooden shoes or something. I mean, I don't know. Listen,
You know who would outbox
The
Fury?
guy that makes out with Broner.
Ugh.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. You know who would outbox Fury?
Who?
Thank you. That fucking guy that was dancing.
The fucking guy that was, you mean this guy? Where is it?
Yeah.
He puts a spell on Fury.
Think about the way he can move his weight.
Spell.
Think about exactly.
What guy are you talking about?
He would outbox
the dancer, whatever.
The dancing
the gay guy. Yeah.
He took Hopman's ass in the fucking bathroom.
Oh,
he would outbox him with his homo spray.
No, I bet you Tyson Fury went into a room full of dancers, and most of them were women. And there was like just one dude with a hairy body dancing in a corner, and he walked up to that guy, picked him out, and said, "I want that guy right there to be my lead dancer."
Is it possible?
Hey guys, speaking of Hotman, you know what he tweeted out before the fight? He showed a fucking betting slip of $1,000, right? So he put $1,000 on Wilder, and he said something about
idiot
about him being in a casket. They're gonna be getting a casket from fucking Fury. But yeah, a betting slip. He put $1,000. He said, but the name was scratched out, so he probably picked it off the floor. But he did show that. So
I hope you're glad, George.
Now I know where MMA champ. Now I know where MMA champ was sending everybody a picture of a receipt of him betting $1,000.
Yeah, he wasn't recognized. Come on, that guy's he's broke, man. Come on.
MMA champ. I want to.
Yeah, where's Haitian? Wait a minute, where's Haitian?
Where's everybody, man?
You know what?
Yeah,
you know what's funny?
I forgot to call.
I asked Haitian, like, who is your king now, N-word boy? And he said Crawford's the new king.
Yeah, see, he never gave a shit about Wilder, man. He's just looking for an opportunity to pick against us so he can come back the next day and say, I told you, you don't know shit about
I told you that my kings in the hood would reign supreme.
Easy work.
Recognize you are old head. You's an old head.
This guy's, I gotta tell you, I like his shtick, but like I told him on the other day, he just has to tone it down a little bit on the open panel shows. Butch is putting up this picture here of Wilder Fury tried when Fury walked up to Wilder and tried to do the good sportsmanship thing, and
Where?
oh man, Wilder looked beat up, man. Yeah, his face looks puffy, man. Those fucking right hands and left hooks he took, man, they took a toll on him. I'm surprised though. Like, why would
look at the dude, BJ? Look at the dude all the way in the back.
I can't see him actually. If he was smiling, maybe I could see him. But no, I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm kidding around. I'm kidding around.
What's what? He has a mask on.
He looks like he's scared that Fury's gonna go over there and punch him.
No, but you know what though? I mean, look, Wilder. Like I said at the beginning of the show, like we said, respect, as a modicum of respect for showing heart. But everything he said afterwards, and then beforehand, and then afterwards, saying no, I don't want to do the good sportsmanship thing. I mean, imagine if we would have won, though. Imagine how.
I feel like
exactly.
I have a hard time believing he said that. I don't think his lips and his tongue were loose enough for him to make those words out.
Oh man,
he might have been like, I don't want to do the good sportsmanship thing. That's probably how it sounded when he tried to say it to him.
It's kind of like how I sound like right now, man. It's fucking 2 a.m. Oh, it's
Right,
supposed to be
like
3, man.
when I wake up in the morning and I haven't had my coffee. I'm like, I want to do this.
Hey, listen, we got through all the
Hey, guys.
calls, man. Yeah.
Okay, two things. First, we just saw a super chat. So the Can Man says Wilder broke his hands with the MX gloves. Yeah, that's gonna be an excuse, I bet. But I was gonna say, remember they said that the only reason why Fury, another super chat, get these hands. Thank you for the contribution. He says Pigeon looked amazing in Fury's entrance tonight.
Imagine Pigeon is JD's cousin.
That dude's on fire. That Get These Hands is on fire.
It's a well-known.
Today.
Guys, remember? Okay, wait, no, because I don't know who said Jamie or whatever. Like somebody said that the LTBC, some of them are now being humbled, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, like props to Fury for not fighting, for fighting while not cheating." I was like, okay, wait a minute. In the second fight, they said that the only reason why Wilder went down was because Fury had something in his gloves, and that's why he managed to have power. Because apparently, for them, a 270-pound Fury has no power. So all of a sudden, now he has power. And he didn't cheat, so like it doesn't make sense.
They don't make sense.
They don't make sense.
Butcher,
you also have power. Unless he cheats, unless he cheats, he has no power.
Butcher, you've been down that road, man. Watching all those videos, I think you shouldn't be surprised that they don't. The common sense doesn't really enter into their mind frame. By the way,
Butcher knows that. Seen it as good as anybody. Their lunacy, and it's true. It's hard to forgive. They accused him of trying to murder him in the ring, dude. Like, think about that. They first accused him of paying Breland to drug him, so it'd be easier for Fury to bash his head in with a fucking metal object, but now they're good. But now we're good. No, you beat him up fair and square. So fuck all that other shit. We good. Fuck out of here.
It was like what they were saying before the fight, where they were saying when people would ask him, why didn't Wilder take him to court? Because he'd rather settle it in the ring. I mean, come on, that makes
that's
no
BS,
sense. Yeah,
man.
that's BS. Man.
Yeah. Win or lose, that's still BS, right? Think about that. You go in there you have an agreement. You have a handshake agreement on contract, everything. That we're both gonna go in there and we're gonna box. There's gonna be rules. There's gonna be fairness. And then you find out that this guy had a metal object. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're gonna sue the shit out of him.
But what's funny is they say that dumb shit. But didn't Wilder have to take him to court to get the third fight? So why didn't he just bring up the gloves while he was at it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, by the way, apparently, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay. I gotta look for something. Go ahead.
You said apparently. Oh, sounds good.
Well, because I gotta look for it first, but
That is usually what BDA says before he says some funny stuff.
Go ahead, recognize. I'm looking for something here. Go ahead.
So yeah, I lost my train of thought. So go ahead.
All right. Apparently, Canman in the chat says it's normal. It's normal at this time of the night. Canman in the chat said, I think it's Canman. Ellie Sellback, or whatever his name is, he's salty because remember he hates Tyson Fury. So apparently, I don't know exactly.
You know why he hates Tyson Fury though, right?
Because
I know why. Yeah.
Because he talked shit about Tyson Fury online, and then when he saw him face to face, he got scared, and Fury basically punked him. And then after that happened, he's like, "Hey guys, I squashed it with Tyson Fury. We're cool now." And then right before the fight, he started talking shit again.
Yeah, the thing about Sackback is because what happened in that point was that he was at that workout, public workout, and Fury kicked him out of the gym. And then Sackback did the feminine thing. He goes, "Thank you, Tyson Fury, for making me famous. I've been getting lots of support, so thank you for making me famous." Like, so now you're trying to spin it like, "Hey, man, kicking me out of the gym and embarrassing me in front of everybody, that didn't bother me. It's you're making me fans." But in any event, I mean, Sackback wants to have it both ways. He wants to call himself a journalist
in more ways than one.
Yeah, that's a good. But I mean, he wants to be a journalist, but at the same time, he wants to act like us YouTubers, where we can.
He's a silver spoon fanboy whose money bought access because all it did was grab subs, and he leverages his subs to be a groupie. That's all. It's a fucking embarrassment. If you saw his video tonight, which I saw by accident, actually, because I was looking up something else, and I watched him, dude. I saved it. I actually downloaded it because I couldn't believe how he was acting.
But Jimmy, give us a breakdown, because here the video I'm looking at, it's 2 hours long. So what happened?
Oh yeah, well first he catches his wife coming through the hallway, and like after it was right after the press conference over today, he goes, "Did you see? When Fury? So and what did you think?" And she goes, "He was really disrespectful." That's what he said to her, like telling her that how disrespectful Fury was. Again, the journalist, and then he started, and when then fucking Wilder come out, "Oh, this is the Chip. Hey, Chip." And then, Wilder shines him off at first, like, "Okay, you're the last man standing next to me. I guess I'll talk to you." And then he's walking along next to him, like Butch and his little dog that he slaps every time he gets too close. And then, "These people really love you, champ." It was honestly, dude, it was so cringeworthy that I felt almost bad for him. But then I looked up some stuff about him, dude. Multi-millionaire family, and dude's never done nothing with his life but grab a cell phone and be a groupie.
So Jimmy, what you're basically saying is he's the Latino Max Kellerman.
Oh, dude, worse. No, dude, he makes fucking Max Kellerman look like fucking Jimmy Grant, one of the best journalists ever. Yeah, dude, it's horrible. Like it was. I think Wilder almost was like, "All right, dude, come on, fuck out of here." Like, what boxer would even want somebody sucking up to him like that?
Yeah, it's when you see a man doing it to that level, it's cringe, and nobody respects a guy. Even the guy who's getting that dick sucked does not respect the guy. Like, real quick.
Parking lot, fucking. Oh, sorry, I was gonna say he was videotaping Gervonta Davis's tires. I think these are 22s.
Oh, jeez,
that's so
fucking God, let me just say real quick. Shout out to the Boxing Lodge for his contribution. Super Chat says, "If Fury wins undisputed and defends it, he'll have done something that Lennox Lewis never did." Didn't Lewis? Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, undisputed, that's a whole other train. But shout out to the Boxing Lounge. Yeah, I don't think Fury's gonna do it though. But I wanted to stick here to Segback. I wanted real quick. I don't know what he said in this video, this 2-hour video, but I'm looking at the comments, and this is what they say. So I think it gives us an indication of what Segback said. Somebody says Ellie's still mad that Fury kicked him out of his gym. Somebody says, Dosser, Wilder to delusional Wilder to demented Wilder, Wilder's man progression after each fight. Alex,
hey, can somebody answer this for me?
Hey, you guys want to hear this?
A Dosser?
It's like an asshole.
A Dosser?
Yeah,
like an asshole. Yeah.
It's like a prick, yeah. Alex Tirado says, "Don't listen to Ellie. He's been on Wilder's side in all interviews. Tyson won all 3 fights. Tyson is the better boxer in person, period." Somebody goes, "Oh, apparently Segback said, why in the hell didn't Wilder let Floyd Mayweather train him?" Yeah, like that would have made a difference. Man.
Like that would have helped, right? I mean, real quick, Overhand posted a Twitter text on the Discord, and the scorecards. Ready for the scorecards before the stoppage?
Yep.
Okay, Wilder was up 104, 102 in one judge's scorecard.
Jeez.
No. I'm not done.
You're lying.
No, hold on. I'm not done. And the one other judge had it 104, 104. And then the last judge had it 105, 101 Fury.
Thank God. So Fury would have won those last 2 rounds. He would have won.
Fucking kidding me.
Hey, apparently,
unbelievable.
Yep.
Apparently, Steve Weisfeld didn't score one of the knockdowns for Fury. One
That's
wasn't
illegal.
Yeah, probably
You can't just not count the knockdown.
Crazy.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
That's
Wait a minute.
crazy.
Yeah,
Did they
it's
take a picture of the cards? Are those actual pictures of the judges' cards, bro?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me share
That's fucking horrible, dude.
Let me share the picture with you guys here. Hold on. I'm gonna put it up on
You
the
see the
screen.
picture I posted?
No.
Well, it's fucking pretty funny. That's from Heyman. It's not mine, but look at the thing he
ATL
posted.
boxer Tay Jones talks braiding Wilder's hair and washing out his drawers.
Oh.
What the fuck?
That's
That's Tay Jones. That's the welterweight dude, fucking who just sucks up. It's part of his entourage. He's a sponge.
Is that serious?
No, he's making fun of him because he's such a parasite.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, fellas, that Steve Weisfeld didn't count the knockdown in round 10.
Yeah,
he's a piece
When
of shit.
he only gave him a 9-10 round. Is that what you're saying? He gave him a 10-8 round.
He gave him a 10-9. Yeah.
Dude, you could have gave those. You could have gave him 10-7s in those fucking rounds.
But how could you limit? So that wasn't even a gray area. That knockdown. It was a straight up fucking.
He pulled a Pacquiao. He pulled a Pacquiao Marquez.
Jeez.
Well, they can say the only way that could happen is if the judge, because now they have the rule, they can actually look at it, I guess, or talk to the ref.
But Jimmy, he still
He might
can't
have
do
thought
it.
that he might have thought, but if he clears it with the ref, if the ref says it looked like a slip, but even then, it's not unless it's clear with the commission. No, if they can clear it now, bro, they're supposedly be able to. But he wouldn't have had time to.
But
Jimmy,
you
that
have
means
to
he did it
officially
illegally.
declare it as a slip. And
Exactly.
That would make it so all the judges have to count it as a slip.
No, you're right.
Even if it wasn't a knockdown, like let's say a punch didn't even land, if the referee rules it a knockdown, all three of the judges
They have to.
are
You're
legally
100%
obligated
right.
to call it a knockdown.
Yep, you're 100% right. But that's because of them. Something happened now. I guess Vegas, they passed a rule where they can, but they're supposed to announce it. They're supposed to say that. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you know what? Steve Weisfeld, more like Steve Foolsfield. Go ahead, Revolution. What's up?
You're very sleepy, PTA.
Yeah, I know. What's up, Revolution?
What up, everybody? I was gonna say, goddamn, just a bad night at the office, I guess, for goddamn Weisfeld. You know, hey, these judges are human. What can you do?
That's some Hollywood judging
they're
right
also
there.
liars.
I know. Man, I called it on Mark's stream. Tonight would be the end of Deontay Wilder's reign of mediocrity of the heavyweight division.
Oh.
And what a better image. What a better image. You know, first of all, you got outbox. Then he got TKO'd. Now straight up knocked out, face down on the mat. It's done. It's over. There's just a good image to have. I think we've all been wanting to see it for a while.
I love what you
According to one judge, he was losing.
I love what you see when Fury got dropped, though. I mean, that was pretty dramatic, right?
Yeah, it was dramatic. You know what? This was a good fight. It was exciting, and I think both guys looked real shitty. Wilder looked scared from the start, and the other guy, Fury, looked tubby. And the goddamn, what can I say? They both looked like shit, but it was kind of an exciting fight. And Fury just kept pounding him with a straight right to the fucking left ear. You know, he just kept hitting Deontay right in the sides of the head, just like last time, trying to snap that equilibrium, get some blood flowing out of that ear. And it looked like by the end of the fight, he actually was bleeding out of one of his ears.
He look at his face after the fight; it's all puffed up, man. He took quite a shellacking. Hey, you know what?
Just real quick too, on the Fury knockdowns on that round where he got knocked down twice. That first knockdown, like, he did get rocked. It was a good punch. He did get hit. He got wobbled. But he started staggering, and you could see Wilder took the glove, put it behind the head, gave a little help, and, helped ease him on the way, helped ease him down. So that was kind of a bullshit knockdown, a little bit of a bullshit knockdown for me.
Well, I mean, indeed, maybe I'd have to rewatch it, but at the end of the day, it's all a moot point. I mean,
He cuffed him. He hit him, and he was rocked, and Fury was standing, and Wilder just had to give him a little extra. Wasn't even so much of a punch, though. That was the thing. It wasn't like he hit him. It's like he kind of put his hand there and just kind of shoved. He hooked him.
Maybe I'd have to rewatch it, man. But you know what's interesting
Dude, I
though?
was shitting my pants.
The other thing, you almost shit your pants. What? Oh, with the knock.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, everybody puckered.
You know what? It's recognize. You're saying T White. What are you saying? Recognize.
My phone. I feel like my phone is like it's not charging at all. Like I got it on the charger. It's not fucking charging this motherfucker.
You should.
I'll stay on as long as you guys are on. But if it dies on me,
Well, we gotta go though at this point because it's 3 in the morning. But I mean, we're gonna be back tomorrow.
You got that Obama charger.
man.
We're gonna be back tomorrow though. It's 3 in the morning over here. I'm fucking falling asleep. But I wanted to say one thing too. Wilder, from the get go in the first round, he went back to his corner and put his hands up, and it looked very fake, man. It looked.
He was doing that in the 9th and 10th round too.
He was getting beat up.
Exactly.
I think he was trying. Sometimes I think, man, the fucking referees are really that weak-minded. I mean, they're like, oh, he's putting his hands up. He must have did something I didn't see. Like, what the fuck? Because that wasn't even close.
Yeah,
I mean, he outlanded him, like I said, with 2-1.
Jimmy, I think that's actually how the judges scored the fight.
He did it in round 8 or like right at the end of round 7. He's like, all right, I made it out. Did better in this fight than the last time.
I mean, that's what Richie Woodle said. Like, oh, he's celebrating. He got through the round. I mean, it's he took a shellacking and he was still trying to. This guy, he does have. It's clear now, as clear as day, that he has some grandiose ideas about himself. And some people could say, well, he took the beating, so that means he's got balls. But nah, man, he's got delusion.
How does getting your ass beat mean that you have balls?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? So people are trying now to switch it up to, well, it's true. He does have balls. I will say that. But does that, like Jimmy said...
Someone threw a bucket of water in that fucking bird of fire rising from the ash. No, just the shit he said. You're right, dude. I mean, your king is back. That's some bullshit.
And the one reason I want to give Wilder credit is because you could say, oh, Wilder's a piece of shit, and yeah, you'd be right, but it's not like Tyson Fury is exactly a patron saint.
Exactly.
No. Like he's still a disgusting piece of shit himself. Yeah. Arguably worse than Deontay Wilder is.
I don't know about worse. But
nah, dude, that's not.
Well, it's like Wilder's like a bit slow. Wilder is slow, so you kind of like feel bad for the guy for behaving like that. He's slow, but Fury, I don't know, man.
Dude, go look at the when they got in the middle of the ring when they referees giving instructions. It looks like Wilder is praying, like, please don't let me lose.
He was talking, right? Like he was saying something like to himself. Obviously, it was weird.
I thought it was like hoodoo. I thought it was hoodoo or something, that he was trying to cast a spell or something.
Maybe he was.
Hey, what was his game plan though? To obviously he was jamming to the body. You knew he was gonna come upstairs.
Yeah, I think Malik Scott told him that if he jabbed to the body, it would make it easier for him to set up the right hand to the top.
Yeah,
yes,
it's basic shit. Like, come on. Yeah, after that, at least, yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
Well, no, I'd say that's exactly what you do. You get somebody focusing on as you're stepping for the jab. Eventually, what it does, it makes them bring the hands down. That just human nature. Go to block it, and if you can catch him to do that, you jump in with the right.
He thought he could do him like Tommy Hearns did Roberto Duran.
Yeah, but
except it was not that successful at all.
No, he did it for one round, and then he gave up on that plan. I was like, okay, so now go to plan B. There's no plan B. It's like,
oh yeah, Bucho, you're right. After that round, he didn't throw any more body jabs.
No, it's like, let's go back to like what I did in the second fight. Just like,
I just watched the 4th round knockdown again, man. God damn! I mean, Fury should get an assist for that. Unbelievable! Like he just jumped in face first in a straight line. Like he even. I mean, oh, that was bad. That was so stupid.
He got overconfident, man.
Wicked.
He did it afterwards.
It almost cost him.
He kept doing it too. Like 3-4 rounds later, he did it again. Now that time he got lucky because Wilder didn't have anything on the shots. But I mean, geez, Luis, he gave him free shots.
Well, in
Man.
the 9th and 10th round, dude, he only didn't get knocked out just because of fucking Wilder's inaccuracy. Because if he was a good boxer and hit the speed bag and had good fucking shot, he would have caught him. And how many times Fury just closed his eyes and turned, Fury just turned his head and he didn't really even duck out of the way. It was just fucking Wilder missed.
Mm-hmm.
And I did see a couple of people
Because
that
he was
kept
tired.
complaining about how much he was holding. Like he held like at least 5 times every round.
That's true, man. That was a lot of holding. I don't like that from Andre Ward. I don't like that from John Ruiz, and I don't like that from Tyson Fury, man. It's a lot of clinching. Yeah.
What I'm afraid of here is that some people are, they think that this fight was very exciting. I think some people even said that this fight was close. My concern is that they're going to use this as an excuse to push for a 4th fight.
Yes.
Which is completely unnecessary.
They
No,
it's
that's
over,
the only
guys.
money fight for Wilder. That's the only money for Wilder. Think about it. Where else?
Hey, Jimmy,
the only way he's ever going to
didn't you
see
like
that kind of money.
Hey, Jimmy, didn't you like the fight? Oh, why don't you want to see it again? Huh? It was exciting. Why not go do a 4th fight? That's what they're going to be saying. Some of these people.
Okay, so for Wilder Fury
right.
8, when Wilder Fury 8 happens, and Wilder finally gets the knockout. All right, we good now. We good. We done. We settled it.
I mean, if they were honest and said, "Listen, Deontay can't get any more paydays like that," because right now, seriously, he fights Helena next. What do you think that payday is going to be? He hasn't seen under $20 million in 4 years. You think he's suddenly going to go out and put all that effort into fucking a training camp for $2 million?
And for what? He might even look bad in that fight. He might look bad in that fight and then what?
Well, we don't even know how I'm interested now to see him, to see if he just disappears for a while, because you can't walk that shit back. You don't, Tyson's a better man than me. I wouldn't have went over to shake his fucking hand after the shit he said about me.
I'm surprised Tyson did that. That doesn't even seem like his character.
Yeah, and Jimmy, Wilder managed to survive, but he managed to pump himself up for the 3rd fight by claiming that he didn't really lose the 2nd fight. He was cheated, right? So that's why he rationalized the whole thing. But now he can come up with an excuse now. So
now
he has
he's
to accept
die.
reality. Now he has to accept reality. Can he accept reality is the question.
Well, now think about this, dude. He's going to now have to finally accept the reality of 2 ass whoopings. Because he convinced himself, everybody convinced him that first second one wasn't you, dude. You know that, bruh. You know that was drugged and all this shit. Legs did it. He was still hopping on that. He was saying that in the press conference. I deserve credit for even going in there. I shouldn't even have kept. Like, wait a minute, dude. What the fuck out of here? I deserve credit that I continued the fight that night. I should have stopped, dude. So see what I'm saying? So now it's like he's got to accept credit. That's a lot. Now it's 2 fights.
He's gonna go insane, Jimmy. He's gonna go insane.
He literally wants an award for participating in the fight.
Yeah, he's no, dude. There's some seriously emotional dark days coming for that kid.
Yeah, you can see it in his face. You could absolutely see it in his face, 100%. Like
he looks
scared.
In the final few rounds, he's fucking a man who's sitting on his chair and realizing his whole image that he built up all these years is just going away. In the way people treat him, hey, the big king, the fucking bomber, that's all fucking melting away. His whole persona's gone.
But I guess what he could
be a nobody.
Yeah, what he could believe is that he actually made some improvements because he actually went all the way to the 11th round and he did drop Fury, so he might, start believing that, well, now if I actually have more time, I'm going to improve even more. And I'm going to
I would think if... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work because he's already living in fucking lullaby. He's so fucking delusional. He's not gonna be reasonable all of a sudden. Okay, well, I made some improvements, so I should be happy. Like, no, he's so twisted in the head that.
Yeah.
He's definitely him and Tyson Fury are both bipolar, bro. The only thing is Deontay Wilder's not fucking diagnosed. He's gonna get super depressed soon. You're gonna see it.
Hopefully not, man.
Yeah.
But he does, like I say, he does have illusions of grandeur, and this type of shock, like
He
you
could.
said, he might.
He could work his way up through the WBC rankings and become the mandatory again.
I think he's gonna come back, man. I think he's gonna come back in the PBC is gonna.
He's got a 36 though, right, bro?
Yeah, but they're gonna use
Yeah,
him from
36, and he took a big beating tonight. Took a lot of swelling. Like he's gonna be swollen on his brain.
Yeah,
plus his wife. He's got a new baby,
but
right?
I'm
I'm
saying,
curious if his wife lets him.
But what I'm saying is that look, this is boxing. This business ends up squeezing guys till their last drop of blood, and I wouldn't be surprised if Wilder comes back. And I'm not saying he's gonna perform well, or but I'm pretty sure he will come back. He's just that type of mentality.
He was saying before this fight, there were talks about. Well, he was talking about retirement though.
Yeah, but once they offer him a couple, $2 million to fight this guy, that he's gonna start training again. He's gonna start feeling his oats, and he's gonna say, "Okay, give me, Hellenius."
Training. I feel like it's gonna be a lot easier to knock him out now.
But guys, think about this. People in his camp were saying he spent $1.5 million on this camp.
Whoa.
Between the people there, and
wait a minute,
all the
Jimmy,
shit. When you have a food, I'm just saying what he said. Someone from his camp said $1.5 million, which really, if you think about it, if you got 10 or 11 people on payroll, and you get your fucking all that other shit. Plus, he's probably adding what he spent on the house. I guess he built a training facility there, so I'm sure that he's adding that.
Oh yeah, that basketball.
You know what I'm saying? But even if you take that away, say if when you're still, so that means he's going to cut his staff down because it's going to be a whole different world than when you already have now. Think about it. You add up his millions. I don't know how he lives, if he lives frugally or not, who knows? But he's made collectively over $200 million in the last 4 years. So it'd be hard pressed to tell this dude to go get ready now, and after taxes, after 50%, you're going to take home $1 million. It's rough.
No, he won't do it. He might train for that fight, but it's going to be a half-ass fucking job.
I thought all he really had was Malik Scott and JD.
No. Well, he had what's his name was there the whole time. Jones.
I'm forgetting his steroid guy too.
Oh, come on!
He paid his aunt to cook for him, I think.
Steroids.
Now, by the way, when Jimmy used the word frugal, I was gonna use a synonym that starts with the letter N, but then I said, "Nah, you know what? It sounds too much like the other word, so I'm not gonna use it." But I will say this, man.
Yo, oh my God, BDA, you're pulling out a deep cut from the dictionary.
Well, it's funny.
I want to hear a super chat.
Oh, it's a super chat.
Super chat. 1 foot out the door. 1 foot out the door. Thank you for your contribution. He says, "Some of the cash I saved thanks to Russian bots."
The fuck does that mean? Talk to Russian bots.
I don't know what Russian bots. They do. Alright, thanks, man.
Hey, by the way, fellas, we do have to go, man, because I'm falling asleep over here. But I will say this.
Yeah.
I will say this. Tomorrow, Butcher, you be down to hosting it?
Yeah, I'll host it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes, indeed. We're gonna be back tomorrow, so you guys can come back, can continue this conversation. But look, listen, nice little night of boxing. We had a little bit of everything for everybody. So shout out to everybody who joined. Jimmy, Reverse Lee, Revolucion, Bucho, and Gonzalo was here as well. Recognize the Matrix. Everybody who called in, everybody who donated, you guys know who you are. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the fight. We'll be back tomorrow. And we'll be back this week to continue giving you content, boxing content. I got a little something prepared. Just a little something. A little historical episode for the next BD podcast. The next during the week. Shout out to John Doe, Norman Luis, Mike Jones, Murph, the Funktipus, Nes Mendoza, Tarvis the Chimp, Bolan, 1 foot out the door, Overhand. Everybody who joined us, guys, thank you so much. And with that, I wish you a good night. Get some sleep. We'll be back tomorrow. All right, fellas, take it easy. Thanks for watching.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.